You got it?
Yeah,
It started?
almost.
We should hear music, bro.
No, the clip didn't start.
Why not?
I don't know. I should stop stream though. I hit insert.
Yeah, intro, outro. Now hit start streaming. There you go.
I started it, but I didn't hit that. I hit insert.
I can't see the video.
Outro.
Oh, I see
It's just
it.
gonna
Like
show y'all.
water.
It's just gonna show y'all sitting.
Yeah, that's why I tell you intro and start.
Let me take that back, huh?
Yes, sir.
What's up? What's up? What's up? We in the building. It's another Sunday, so y'all already know what that means. It's the Mellow Room.
Yes, we need some mellow room right now.
Yes, sir. I'm the one they call Ooze. Right
Yeah.
here to the right of me is my co-host
You
and
already
partner
know
in
it's
crime.
Lukey, baby.
Yes, sir. And we here, man. We back at it, man. It's been a long week, man. It's a lot going on, and it's a lot for us to run through.
Yes, sir.
We here in the building today with Ed, Cypher. We got him on the ones and twos, EQing and Qing the E for us.
What
you
up,
feel me?
Ed?
Yes, sir.
What's
Back
going
in
on,
the
Cypher?
back. I'm over here back in the back as usual, you know, pushing the buttons.
I feel you, man. I feel you, man. How's everything going with you and the family, man? Everything good?
Yeah, we good, man. Just trying to stay mellow.
That's what's that. I don't know how mellow you try and get the family. You know, get the kids some
I
treats
want
now.
everybody to be mellow.
I get you, man.
These are times where everybody
Everybody
needs to be mellow.
You absolutely right, man.
I think everybody needs to come on down to the mellow room.
I think that's fitting too. I ain't even gonna lie
It
to you.
would
I
be.
think
It
that's
would be
fitting.
dope. Like, you know, I was gonna reach out this week with everything going on. June. It is the end of the month,
Yeah,
so
man.
June is coming up, and I know, I know June. They were talking about more stuff opening, which hopefully you guys start hitting the streets, come out, and enjoy this fresh air with us, man, and start reaching out to more people, man. Have them fill this seat right here, man, because want to start getting more interviews popping.
Yeah, definitely.
One of
And
these people, local artists on here, playing more of their music and all that, man.
definitely, man. And yo, oh shit. Speaking of that, I'm so sorry, man. To Cruz, man, Goliath Cruz. I'm sorry. That's my man. I know I've been trying to link up with him and get him on the show.
Right.
He actually texted me earlier today, and I was in coma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was in stage 4 coma.
Coma status.
Yeah, I was in stage 4. Stage 4 of it. So
He's not serious, coma.
you
Not
know,
serious.
so yeah, I was in stage 4 though. And I ain't even get to get back to him in time, so it kind of like, you know, the time scheduling ain't match up right, you know what I'm saying? But he
Right.
definitely is one that we are gonna have on the show in the upcoming weeks.
All right,
I'm
cool.
gonna definitely get with him, you know what I'm saying, to see what we could get the schedules rocking and match things up. he been wanting to get in the studio too. He been want to record. It's a lot because he get busy. You know
Yeah,
what
man.
I'm saying?
Yo,
So
like usual, man. Like we give out our fucking shout outs, man. Shout out Airs Printing.
big shout out to Airs Printing, man. That's family.
Shout out Craves Dessert.
Shout out to Crazy Desserts as well. That's family.
She is still pumping out them orders, man. So
Indeed,
go check
indeed.
them out. Also, man, studio1025.com. Like he said, man, you want to come? We're open for business. We've been open for the past 4 weeks now. You're more than welcome. We got podcast service. If you're looking for good production on a podcast, whether it be audio or live or pre-recorded as well. We got fucking Cypher back there, part of the Jedi. Yo, they're the masters of this shit. They'll master the shit out of your music.
Yes,
the
sir.
booth is nice and ready to go. So if you're ready to record your next upcoming album, man, go to studio1025.com. You can call us either through the phone number or you can book us through the website. Follow the prompts, go through the page. You can also find a lot of our
Scream at us. It's all right. It's all
a lot of
good.
the MELLO-ROOM.
Don't be afraid to reach out. AT&T, man. Reach out and connect something. You feel me?
407-930-0307.
Definitely, man. But yeah, man, it's been, like I said, it's been a long week, man, and it's a lot going on in the world for us to really get into this today. You know, granted, we don't have the entertainment side of it isn't up to where it should be due to social distancing and quarantining and all that.
Shit, coronavirus
You know what I mean?
To us.
Sports ain't still up where it's supposed to be. You know, I mean, NASCAR's back in their swing.
Not to cut you off, but I don't know if it's a rumor or it's fact, but the NBA season does come back June 1st.
Yeah.
And all the games are played here in Disney Wild World of Sports.
Yeah, that's what they decided. Yeah. I seen that. I actually did take a look at that. You know, but so it's a lot going on, you know what I mean? But we are talking about, you know, the tragic side of what's going on in the world right now. You know what I mean? And that's something normally we don't really do that here at the MELLO-ROOM.
We don't get political, but today it's a different circumstance.
Today we're going to chop it up and we really going to bust down and, you know, just conversate over certain issues that, you know, within the world that are going on right now, man, because it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot of people that have feelings and have emotions towards what's going on.
Right.
But, you know, being that social media is such a wide platform, you know, you see so many people posting.
People's opinions.
Yeah, and it's crazy because so many people got different aspects and different opinions of where things stand and
let's remember,
how things are going right now.
Everybody's opinion is based off perspective. So let's get that out of the way first when we get into about what you're about to talk about.
Yeah, and also just understand that people's opinions and their feelings and emotions come from their standings and their attachments to what is going on.
Perspective.
So always be mindful. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what's getting us to the points where we're at right now. You know what I'm saying? As a people, is we not understanding each other at all. You know what I'm saying?
The big facts.
We really just going.
No one's taking the time, even in your own personal life. I know, man, you guys are going through the struggle of just trying to get a friend or a family just to understand like the importance of just of living life complete.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Getting rid of the drama, the bullshit, the racism, the prejudice, the fucking opinionated lies that you come up with for yourself and try to portray on people.
Yeah, you know, and I mean also me personally, I feel it's only fitting and it would only be right if we did take a moment of silence for George Floyd.
Definitely.
May he rest in peace. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely with that. Can I take it right now?
Yeah, definitely. That's just how we should kick things off.
Yeah, so if you're tuning in right now and you're just tuning into the MELLO-ROOM, we're going to take a quick moment of silence for George Floyd and everybody else who has lost their life to injustice.
Senseless, man. Senseless injustice, man.
Yeah, so let's take that for a moment. Cool, right?
Yeah,
much respect and love goes out to everybody.
Yeah, much
Yeah,
respect.
so now that we did the moment of silence,
family, you know,
we're gonna do a moment of noise for all the protesters out there holding it down on the front lines. And you know, as much as people get on social media and be like, "Yeah, we with you" and shit, I don't want to be one of those people because I'm not with you. I'm sitting in a chair behind a camera. So, but I am gonna say that I am fucking super proud of everybody, not just black people, just everybody out there on the front line holding it down. And you know, hopefully it gets big enough to the point where, you know, where it's at our front doors, we'll go out there too. You know,
Yeah,
well, I'm not gonna
definitely.
put words in his mouth, but I'll definitely be out there.
I already know he gonna be out there.
Yeah, so you know, I love that, and I appreciate all of you guys, every single one of y'all.
I mean, and you know, it's just, you know, like I said, man, today, like, we gonna chop it up and we gonna talk about a lot of things because everybody's, you know,
And
voicing
we still
their
got
opinions.
today in hip hop history though.
We still got music.
For those who enjoy that.
We still got music. We still gonna be playing some of the, you know, unknown artists, some of the known artists' music. Oh, my bad.
Look, we already
coming
getting
through.
emergency alerts. We getting shut down.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And there's a lot going on, man. And like I said before, man, it's getting to that point where things are coming to a head in society as a whole. You know what I'm saying? I stand with those people that are doing what they doing. It's just, you know, it's sad that we got to go to the extremes we going to
Yeah.
to get heard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And for our voice to be recognized and for there be any recognition put in our direction. You know, it's sad we got to go to those extremities
Yeah,
and to those
and
limits.
anybody who's been watching know Uzi's more sympathetic to those things. I'm more of like, let's do it. I'm still feel the same way. Like, let's not fucking burn everything down. You know what I'm saying? Keep the important shit.
Yeah, and I'm not
But-
against the burning down of
But it is a
certain
shame that it has
establishments and
come to
certain
this,
things.
though.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like as a people, you know, with what we're doing, granted, we're getting heard, and granted, things are starting to seem like they're gonna take action. But you know, with something that what we're seeing right now, it's like, how worse is it gonna get before it gets any better?
Well,
You know,
that's the whole thing.
and that's
yet to be
my
seen.
side of it.
That no, listen, but that's the whole thing, man. That's the whole thing. Like, what we're looking at looks bad, right?
Mhm.
And we've been here before, right? So at the end of the day, it's how much more are you willing to make it worse? You get what I'm saying? As the protesters or as just the people that are revolting, like, how much more willing are you willing to take that? And just for a short, just for you not to think about it, that means death.
Mhm.
That means taking bullets and
Oh
shit
yeah,
like
no,
that. So
granted,
like,
the hell yeah, I understand that. And like I said, that's something I don't stand for at all.
right,
You
like,
feel what
and
I'm
you don't
saying?
want to see your frontline people out there dying, but at the end of the day, that's what you're asking. Like, you're saying, okay, we're burning shit down. We're doing, like, how much more worse y'all gonna do? That's the worst that you could do, right, to your own people before there's gonna be like this humongous change of things, because we've been here before. We have LA riots, we've had Detroit riots,
Which we have.
and
We
we've had
absolutely
all
have.
of these things. Now these things have turned into a global, not global, but well, actually, I've heard not protesting, but or like burning shit, but I've heard other countries are joining in on this,
They were protesting in London.
right?
Yeah.
But
They're protesting
across
everywhere.
the country right now, you know, what we saw on those people's live feeds from Minnesota, right, or Minneapolis,
Well, man, you got Minnesota, you got LA, you got New York,
right? But the
Philly.
original place we talking about is Minneapolis.
Is Minnesota.
So when people
yeah.
St.
saw
Paul,
those
St.
lives
Paul,
on
man.
St. Paul,
Minneapolis,
The same
Minnesota.
area, probably.
Nah, they're not the same area,
yeah?
but
I think it was St. Paul.
it's like Kissimmee to Orlando kind
Yeah.
of shit.
right?
you
They
know
call
what
it
I'm
the
that's
saying?
tales
same.
of
That's-
two cities.
That's our backyard, either way.
Yeah, either way.
They
either
call
way,
it the
it's
tale of
backyard.
two cities. Basically, they're back-to-back cities, and one place is getting the riots, the other place is getting the protesting.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is happening across now. Like, we watched that live happen, and now across the country, people have took it upon themselves to go out and do the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is only right. I mean, not right, but only inevitable to happen, right? We knew that was gonna happen and shit. But the thing is like you said, how far are you gonna take this? How far are you really gonna take this to where, you know what I'm saying, we're making a definite change?
Yo, I probably shouldn't say this, but my phone just asked me to confirm the curfew.
Yeah, me too.
Like, if you hit it to make it stop making the noise,
They
it's
gonna
like
catch you and
It's like
shit.
confirmed. Like, you agreed to it. You-
Yeah, like everybody agreed to it.
Nah, I didn't even hit that. I just hit the button on the side of the phone and like ignore it.
I hit the
Yeah.
button to
No, that
set
should
it
stay
up.
there until you confirm it too.
Well, it ain't on mine. Nah,
Yeah.
that shit gone.
He didn't
That shit gone
confirm.
from mine.
You gotta
You
confirm
ain't know
that
about
shit.
the curfew.
That should be in your messages.
Yeah,
like,
nah,
yo,
I
you
ain't
ain't confirmed yet.
I ain't confirming that shit.
Nah, but what I was saying was, man, like, that's the point. It's like, how much farther we gonna take this? And that's what I want to see, really. I'm not talking about dying or killing people. I'm just saying, like, you know, there was no change even in past until people stormed things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the
Like,
worst part about it. And that's why I said it's sad we got to go to these extremities to get our voices heard, to get reason, to get any type of action in which should have already taken place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I seen the footage just like everybody else has seen the footage. And we watched a man literally get murdered. We watched it. You understand what I'm saying?
That's why I'm not surprised that things are the way they are. I'm sad that, lives got to be lost for things to change.
Yeah, and the shit that angers me on so many levels is like, I'm angry with the motherfuckers that did it. I'm beyond angry with the motherfuckers. I'm angry with the people that stood there and just videotaped and didn't try to take any action.
Yeah, that's what bothers me too. Is just
if it would have been people trying
that you can't shove a cop.
Yeah, if it would have been people trying to at least take the attention off of him to where they have to get off of him, and now we got to calm everybody else around down.
So in the essence, you have to break the law to get justice.
And that's sad.
Well, that's not breaking the law, Ed.
It is
because in the Constitution, you have the constitutional right to defend you or your neighbor against a tyrannical police.
Citizens
because the police are not there.
We understand that.
But it was for them with guns.
We understand that. But how often is a citizen's arrest acknowledged? How often is a citizen's arrest respected?
Probably never.
So in the essence of what we are saying, and in the system and in the situation of it, what was a citizen's arrest gonna do?
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Now, the only thing I'm saying is yes. It would have, I'm saying, create a diversion to where they have to get off that brother.
Exactly. Do something.
You know what I'm saying?
But then that person now is at risk of
having to go to jail. And if you got to go to...
Or be killed. It is true. It
is true, but it was a lot of people there to witness and watch that go down.
Facts.
So you watched 4 officers do that.
It's too late.
Nobody created a diversion. Now you say get killed. 4 officers were going to kill 20 people if there were 20 people in that vicinity.
I feel like right now it's too late to be destructive. They should have been, whoever was on scene should have incited a riot on the spot. Right?
Yeah, I get it.
That's my point overall. Those 20 people could have saved one man's life, right? Maybe one of them would have got shot, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it would have been a trade for one-on-one. That doesn't seem fair. But in the circumstances that we're in now, we're talking about hundreds and hundreds of people versus a little small municipality in your city or in your
and that's granted. It's like saying for this, and these are for viewers out there, whatever the case may be. And Ed, you could put this in a question in the comments underneath it too. You know what I'm saying? Because I want people to really understand this. Did y'all just get the fact that people outnumber the police?
Right.
Is this something that just became of awareness to you?
What's even worse is
it's not. I don't think so.
What's even worse is that you guys still don't.
You know what I'm saying? Because we are reacting. Yeah, and we're reacting.
So we outnumber the system completely.
Exactly, but we're reacting like we just recognized it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, for too long, it's like it's like something starts, a movement starts, and then the movement dies out. Where does it go?
And then we're in the worst time of this because we're in this whole social media of how fast can I get fucking viral until it's not viral anymore and I don't want to do it.
Yeah, people, everything's a trend.
Mm-hmm. Right. And that's what I'm hoping, that burning down buildings is not a trend.
Yeah, I mean, you hoping that that dies through this.
No, I'm not saying that it dies. I'm hoping that burning down buildings is not trendy. Like, we're not fucking watching people rioting, really burning shit down for a fucking conclusion, and you're going out doing it because a motherfucker got 180 views because they stood in front of a burning building.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I hope we're out there really burning shit down
for
and
the right
making
reason.
Fucking change, yo.
Pushing
I'm behind
cause.
that.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry for the local business owners. I don't condone that because I am a local business owner, so I would be devastated. But man, fuck a Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
He said, "Fuck a Walmart."
Fuck a Target and shit. I mean,
they got insurance.
What we're really talking about here, man, is not the building, bro. It's the symbol. You know what I'm saying? And we're trying to destroy the symbol in which created the system, right? Mm-hmm. And when you talk about outnumbering the cops, what's terrible about that is not only do we outnumber the police, a lot of those police are minority as well, which is if they stepped out of that role, that's just a whole bigger number of
fraction.
people that are against the system. Let's take police.
That's a good point, though. That's a good
Let's take
point. You bring
police
that up.
out of the
Yeah,
equation.
it's true.
Let's take the word police out of the equation and realize that these people took on jobs for a reason.
Yeah,
That
and
they were
that's why I
saving
say not
lives.
for nothing. That's why I say on my aspect and on my stance of it, I do feel bad because I do know cops.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I
So
do
do
have
I.
family members who
So
are
do
cops.
I. I
Me
feel
too.
bad about that.
So at
shit.
the
I
end
feel
of
like
the
we all-
day,
I feel like
feel
everyone
bad
does.
I feel bad for the shit they're gonna have to take because of
Because of
what
the
a
badge.
person,
Because of the badge that they wear.
badge.
Now, tell
I
me if I'm
definitely
wrong.
feel
Tell me
bad
if
for
I'm
them
wrong
with
for
that.
feeling this way.
Go ahead.
Because I don't feel like they feel bad for me being who I am, like enough for them to step outside of their lives and come and help me.
Okay,
so to speak.
but let me explain this to you. Would you feel bad if a cop came into the granite store without the badge on? You didn't know he's just a normal person, and we're not even talking about race. We're just talking about a job now. If he came into your granite shop and started telling you how to do your job, what he needed done, treating like you shit at your job, how would
Obviously-
you treat him back?
Obviously,
You
he's
would
out of-
be
he's out of his
aggressive towards him
element.
on getting him out, right? Now, I'm only defending that as far as a job. I'm not defending that as far as the person itself. And I just wanted to understand that, like, if you get rid of,
I mean, but you go through
if
that
you
in
get
every
rid of-
form.
right? And that's why I'm saying, if you get rid of the word police and just leave them as people, you know, they're trying to do their job. So they're told, when you're out there, have a mean face, spray him in the face with mace, like, you know. And it sucks that they doing
They
it
have
to
that
their own
pressure
people,
on their
but
shoulders.
it would take them. It takes that fucking person to get some nerve and put this can down and fucking say fuck it, storm the building, bro.
At the
you
same
know what
time,
I'm saying?
at the same time, not to get back to the bull crap, but there are some of those guys that's out there spraying people that don't even need to be sprayed.
Right, there's
that's a
reports
whole
out there
fact.
that cops are driving around and
That's-
spraying people
that's
at
the
bus
problem.
stops.
Yeah,
They're not
those
even
guys are-
protesting; they just spraying people at random.
That's
Right.
a whole fact.
Those
Y'all
are the
both right.
those are the problem cops. Those are the bad cops.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that's why I say it's
Right, that
you know,
speaks character. That's the character of a person now. They're using the system to their advantage and
Of
shit.
course, but you know, but that's I look at it this way, man. You know, in life, not every shoe fits every person.
No, it
You
doesn't
know what
at
I'm
all.
saying? My situations aren't always going to play out the same way the next person's situations are going to play out because we're not built, nor are we designed of the same
And that's
stature.
the word I said in the beginning, perspective.
You know,
Like, a lot of people's perspective in their own lives is what weighs on their opinion
Yeah, of
about what
course.
they feel is moral.
yeah, but you got to look at it too. It's like, for instance, my perspective of something could be how it is, but I walk in a room and get different eyes than any other person.
Facts. That's not even your color. That's just your height.
That's just my physical.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? My physical. I walk in a room and eyes are
Every
eyes
eye
are,
lower than you. Is
every
staring
eye's
up.
on me. That's the worst part of it. Is every eye is on me. So with every eye that is on me, there's a different opinion, perspective, or even initiative
Right.
out of every person that is in
a
that
sense,
room.
being black and tall is kind of a double
Now,
conundrum because
yeah.
you're gonna stare at for being awkwardly tall
Mhm.
and then being a dark man, and then you have it goes from everybody judging you to now you know which ones is really judging you. and
Now,
shit, you
how
know?
how I maneuver, how I present myself, and how I approach the contact
Yeah.
is also gonna give them their perception and how they look at me.
Okay, now I don't want to cut you off, but I want to interject. And so when you say that, right, you've learned how to conduct yourself to make yourself look less intimidating. I guess.
I've learned how to initiate contact
Without making yourself looking that intimidating.
to
Well, I don't want to say intimidating. but
eliminate.
the
Not
awkward,
really,
the-
because
the-
even if I initiate contact, there can still be intimidation.
right.
You understand what I'm saying? But I initiate contact to give you less of that
Right,
feeling.
and that's what I mean by that. I mean you and yourself learned a way to make people deal with you, which is fucked up to say, but I'm just making a point right now.
Mhm.
And to interject that is what I mean is a lot of people don't do that. So it's like it's even like when I moved here into the South, and you see the difference in cultural in African people, right?
Mhm.
African American. There's a lot of people from islands too out here.
Yeah.
So when you when you talk to them, and we're from where, you know, we get judged too, but we just learned how to approach people so we don't get it so much. Down here, they never gave a shit. They just were who they were. They didn't try to clear up their English.
Well, see,
you know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
and
I'm not saying nothing bad about it. What I'm saying
No,
is,
I get what you're saying.
It's the perspective. It's like down here, they were like, well, we ain't gonna learn how to speak more proper
But see,
to
that's
fucking
another
to
thing
make
too.
people feel comfortable.
But that's another thing too, and this is something that I also witnessed and acknowledged through my growing and my upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Is that I had people in my life that understood that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and sports really helped that.
Sports,
You know what I'm
especially,
saying?
because you know they got to be like, you can't talk like that. You can't.
Yeah,
play your
you know,
kids
like
that.
definitely shout out to the you know, the Rob McDonald's, you know what I'm saying, the Coach Tiny, you know what I mean, Dwayne Morton, one of the most legendary coaches in New York City basketball coaching. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, even the Joe Francises of Severian, you know, these are people that in my life, they kind of helped me understand that the world isn't gonna have an open
exception,
an open kind of greeting towards me.
No,
you know, so I gotta create
and
that.
you had a lot more than just the color,
whether it be through sports or whether it be through whatever I do in my life, because they always let me know, sports, you may stop playing.
Yeah.
You know, but you're still going to have to face the daily situations of life.
Facts.
You know, so how are you going to face these situations? How are you going to address these?
And I've always, because that's, and if y'all don't know, my mother is Caucasian, so I will never, ever be racist towards a white person ever in my life. The things I say are only just to, you know,
to widen the scope.
To widen your scope of what you think about.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? I want you to look at their perspective too. You know what I'm saying? Being that they never dealt with what we deal with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the racist ones. I'm talking about the ones that just are what they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're just
definitely.
in the world. They never, ever, ever.
And shout out to those tuning in right now too and locked in.
Yeah,
with us.
Hanzo Blaze, everybody. We see you kicking
Uncle
in, man. We just getting a little mellow.
You know, y'all could chime in and y'all could give us a perspective of what y'all feel on these topics too, because this is what this is about today.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And like I was saying though, like just in the matters of like my mother being Caucasian or whatever, she used to tell me all the time, like, look, you are light-skinned, yes. Your mother is a Caucasian lady. But because you have this tint in you, there are people out there that don't recognize that. She told me that since I was a kid. She was like, and then she actually put me into the situation not knowing. And I witnessed it firsthand in 3rd grade. You know what I'm saying? So, like, she used to always grow up telling me, and it sucks that I had to learn how to not be me for other people to accept that I'm fucking tanner skin. And even to this day, I still don't get, because I've, like Lil Wayne said, that I never grew up knowing what the fact of racism was, being the fact that I have a really dark family on this side, and I have a racist side family over here. And I don't know a lot of them. I know a couple of, you know, like great grandmothers and uncles that actually kind of let it be, and I got to talk to them. But I've seen it from both sides, so it's like I never understood racism in a whole. You know, black people or white people. But like to go back to what you were saying about learning how with people teaching you how to be like, hey man, when you're out there in the world,
just teaching me how to be sociable.
Yeah, be sociable, but you know, be sociable like this, because
no, it wasn't even. That's the whole thing. It wasn't even be sociable like this.
Right.
And that's why I always acknowledge those guys. You know, and I always got such a big respect for them. You know what I mean? Because they understood the elements in what we were in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Older,
but they also understood that the rest of the world isn't like where we're at. You know, we're under a certain line of conditions, you know, and that's why we are how we are. We adapt to the conditions in which we are among.
Right.
So that's why, don't carry the same MO to all those other places, because they're not under the conditions you are.
Right. That's what I was trying to say about when with the floor coming to the South thing and trying not to. It sounded fucked up to me to explaining it to them. Like, yo, don't talk like that, because they don't like that. And then them being like, yo, the fuck, what are you talking about? And then, but to me to understand, like, damn, that's kind of fucked up to tell a person. But at the end of the day, it is just a language. It's language. I always looked at it like it's just good to speak proper, period. You know what I'm saying? being able, you could do both. Fuck it. You don't have to every day be like mayonnaise. You know what I'm saying? But my point was, it's just I always thought that was kind of messed up, man. That being, like you said, because we're darker skinned and because of the prejudice and the racism, that just for us to be tiny bit more accepted in society and be sociable, we have to tighten up what we do. You get what I'm saying? It never allowed you to actually be like, go out in the world and someone just accept you for the fact that you have dreads and you might say "cuh" and "bruh" a lot. You know what I'm saying? To the point where, which pants sagging is not a good explanation, but because your pants are lower than where they should be on a person, I'm automatically, put into a category. That's what I always thought was crazy, that I had to adjust those things to walk around society for them to be like, oh, he's a good little mixed boy. You know what I'm saying?
But that's like, and see, for me, that's where the confusion always came in. Because I, like most people that know me and see me on an everyday, y'all see how I dress, y'all see how I walk, y'all see how my swag, my demeanor.
Right, and as a person,
y'all see
you
all
don't
that
let it
about
affect
me.
you. And
I've never been one of those people that had to walk around with my pants up and, everything's proper.
Right.
And that's why that's why I give those guys so much, respect and so much honor, is because they allowed me to be me. You know what I'm saying? They just instilled in my head that it doesn't have to be a stare down when we first see each other. Don't be afraid to say, yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
Say hello.
My name is so-and-so.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And granted, where we come from that's not normally how you want to be at first.
No.
But that could determine the outcome of your situations.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
For them getting me to understand
we were lucky
that
enough to someone tell us that young.
For them, and that's why I say that's something that I feel us as a as an era and as a generation of people, we dropped the ball.
Yeah, I've said that in podcasts before. I've told you that I feel like being at 37 and being labeled the beginning of the millennial, I should be the expert of this shit. Yeah. So I should be passing down the correct things to do, which, again, I take blame for that. And I don't really talk to a lot of younger kids in my life anyway to be able to do that. But I should take my time and do that. But, again, we go back to what I said in the beginning. It's willing to be able to accept what I'm telling you, because we had people when we were younger to kind of show us just a little different way how you do things to kind of to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, they're gonna look at you crazy. I don't know who brought it up. If it was Ed or somebody else. And it was like, yo, you got to kind of remember, not in a racist way, but a lot of white people tell their kids, like, yo, look, black people are a little stronger than you. They're a little more powerful than you.
I ain't know that.
Stay away from them because they'll hurt you.
I really didn't know that.
You get what I'm saying? And it is a racist thing. It's just trying to teach them without being like, don't mess with black people. They'll tell you, like, they're stronger than you, this and that. They can hurt you. Don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
making you almost sound like an alien.
Right. So when you meet these kids that are not racist, but they say stupid racist shit, it's because they look at it like we're superior people and they want to fuck with you and get you mad. So yeah, when we approach people, they already are like, hey man, is he gonna punch me or is he gonna hug me and shit? No. So like you said, people taught you how to come out with your hand out already. Like when you catch eye contact, you already, hey, how you doing, man? My name is, you say your name
They
full.
just taught me how to de-escalate tension.
Yeah, you say your name full. You don't be like, yo, my name's Big Ools from Brooklyn, son.
You don't want people to feel tension. You don't want people to feel like, now there are environments where you do want that, and and that's another thing those people helped me understand and they helped me decipher was those environments where you do want that.
Point. That's a great
point. And those environments where you don't want that.
Yeah,
that's why I said, like, I acknowledge those men so much, and granted, like I said, my pops was around too, so my pops was in my life, and my pops was also helping me understand these things.
Yeah, because he probably went through it too.
Yeah, but when I stepped outside of my pops, because my pops worked a lot, you know what I'm saying, and I was always playing in different tournaments and doing things like that. So, when I was doing that, I was amongst the influence of other older individuals, and those other older individuals, they were giving me good insight just as well.
Yeah.
And positive insight. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like I said, helping me understand the time the expression, there's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah, it's like my
You know what I'm
family's
saying?
favorite thing because I always be bugging out when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
like they
They'd be
definitely
like, yo,
made sure I
not
got
right
it.
now.
Yeah, they definitely made sure I got it. You know what I'm
Because I'm
saying?
one of those
Like,
people growing up that injustice made me want to speak. And you know how
Mm-hmm.
growing up back then, they're like, you start talking, that's when the more drama comes. They try to cut me off just quick.
definitely.
Like, look, this is a time and place right now. Just shut up. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
That reminds me of my old boss. I was working at the Walmart. My old boss tried to yell at me,
hmm
and I instead of barking back at her, I told her that same thing. I was like, "Yo, this is a time and a place for everything, and this ain't it." You know, she looked at me crazy, and she had to walk away from me though.
Yeah, and see, but nah,
She
but
had to,
that's
she
the
had to
whole
hold
thing.
her frustration because she was walking around the store just barking at everybody.
hmm
So once I said that, she realized I was right, and I just did her job for her.
See, but this is the beauty of it, right? Because like I said, I grew up with a lot of people influencing around me. I had older cousins. You know, I had shout out to all of them. You know what I'm saying? Because like all of these people, I guess you could say got a chip into who I am.
Right.
Shout out to fams.
You know what I'm saying? But one thing about it is like and I'm not gonna point out who's who in the conversations or nothing like that. But I had two people that were in that range of what you were talking about. It's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah.
You know, and thank God for this other one that I had that influence. And with his insight on it was any time can be any place. It's all about how you present
Approach
yourself
it.
and
Right,
how you
exactly.
address it.
Exactly. And you
So
could be wrong or
anytime
right.
can be any place. You ain't got to look at it and say it's a time and a place because nigga, how I feel, anytime could be any place.
Facts.
If I feel the way, it's just all about how I convey the message to you. You know what I'm saying? To how you take it. You know what I'm saying? I could check it in a meaningful demeanor, or I could address it and make it a joke. I could make
get
it
loud,
laughable.
you know.
I could make it non-excitable for anybody around and just pull you to a personal, you know, and just go in your ear with it like, yo, look, whatever, yo, good looking, Gucci, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I had those different insights, you know what I'm saying? And I always, you know, I observed everybody, you know what I'm saying? One thing I'm always fascinated by is just the brain, the human mind itself.
Yeah, me too.
How it's so many different opinions, there's so many different perspectives.
Even when you like, my thing is how do people come up with so many different opinions when sometimes like it's all in front of your
Yeah,
face.
some shit is right there.
And it's just like it's so baffling how you could make like 1,000,001 perspectives out of something that is literally just what it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Like this is a fucking round table, and it's crazy how people could sit here and come up with 1,000,001
Yeah.
perspectives on different things other than it being a round table.
Of course.
Like what? Nigga?
Yeah, of
Like,
course. And that's why I say, like, you know, for me, that was always something I was amazed by because it was something I was always it made me intrigued to want to know people. You know what I'm saying? So that helped with me when I walk in a room and I see people looking or whatever, but you know what? I'm gonna say what's up. What's up with everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? How you?
Yeah,
Yo, what's good?
In that sense, I'm kind of like narcissist with that shit because I'm like, what are they thinking?
I
got a booger on my face?
That's the whole thing.
You know what
Like
I'm saying?
that's the whole thing. That comes from the perception of just staring amongst each other. I'm not gonna be one to just stare amongst each other.
I'm not even just saying the staring part. I'm just saying them to me. Like I would
Yeah.
still be approachable and I'll still try to say hello. But in my head the whole time, I'm just like, damn, why you staring at me? My beard is crooked. Like I'm weird like that. It's not
Yeah.
anything bad. I don't let it bother me. But like you said, I'm interested in the brain so much that when I see people's expressions, I want to instantly know why is that expression on your face. And my wife would probably attest to this shit. She could be sitting there calm and shit, just got one of them bitch resting faces. And I'll be like, what's up? What's wrong?
Yeah.
What you think about? And she'd be like, what the fuck, man? And I'll be like, my bad. 10 minutes later, I'll be like, what's wrong, yo?
It just look like something on your mind.
Yeah. And it's not because I think she's mad at me. It's just like, it's like that saying, I see your gears turning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, what you thinking about and shit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I
But-
mean
but- my
that's
bad.
it's just to follow up with what you're saying, man.
Yeah.
That's important, you know what I'm saying? And that's something I feel like we lack as people, and even with the ones we have in power and in leadership right now, you know what I mean? In the direction in which they're trying to take us, in which they want things, it seems like they're trying to diminish that away from what we know.
Right.
And that's just how to interact with each other, how to be sociable with each other.
And that's not even just to us personal. That's global.
As a whole.
That's a whole human race.
That's globally.
That the system is trying to make it in a system. It's trying to make its own system, man. It's trying to make its own guidelines for everybody to follow. And we become collateral damage because of history, bro. And like you said, it just fucking sucks that it came to this now.
Yeah.
And it also sucks that so many black young men and young women had to die along the way before we got to Minneapolis, yo.
Yeah, I mean, that's the worst part about it.
Fact.
You know, the worst part about it is like you see these things happen and you see these events occur, you know, and in your mind it's like, on one note, you easily looking like I watched that for that time period, you know what I'm saying? And in my mind, I was thinking to myself like, yo, that could easily be me.
Facts.
You know
Bro,
what I'm saying? Like
I don't like to bring it up.
as many places as I go and I come out of somewhere and the police happen to be outside of the establishment.
It seems like it's that instant,
you know,
right?
that could easily be me, you know, and because of his size, because of who he is, because of how he's known to the community, this person felt a fear towards him. Or even if it wasn't a fear, maybe it was a personal hate towards him.
It could be.
You know, and he didn't know it.
I know you've had this happen, right? And I'm gonna use a little white lady as an example. You walking in and out of the store, you see a little white lady, and she look up. What she do? She step back. She do that stumble back, like oh shit.
Yeah,
it takes that. That's what it seems like nowadays. That it takes that. That all it takes is you coming out of the door, and not being like you said. Hey, how you doing? You know, just like a normal person would. Most people do it. If
I could be having an off day.
Right,
you
you
know
just
what I'm
walk out
saying?
the
But I
door
gotta
and you don't
turn that
even-
switch
and
on.
you don't acknowledge the person in front of you.
Yeah.
Right? People do it every fucking day. It annoys the shit out of me because I'm a person who holds the door.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll be like, well, fuck this. You know, but anyway, what I'm saying is that's what it seems like nowadays, son. That all it takes is for someone your size, your color to walk out of a door and a little old white lady see you and feel intimidated and then automatically just be in her feelings like he didn't say hello to me. So now she could be like, oh, officer, this big black guy came out in here all storming out. I think he did something.
Yeah, I mean, it
You know what
could
I'm
be
saying?
anything.
And
it
that's
could be
what the scary
confusion.
part is.
Yeah, just
That's
confusion.
the scary part is not the way we grew up. Because the way we grew up, we was in those hoods. We were in those predicaments. We placed ourselves on those streets at 2 a.m. to be harassed. But now we're at the point where it's fucking just being anything like, what was it? A fake $10 bill? You know how many people get that shit wrong? You know how many people hand off fake $20 bills and the people never check it and they get stuck with it?
No.
How the fuck? How many times you found?
See, but this is the sad part
but this
about
is my
it.
problem. What I'm saying is he called the police was allegedly is a fake $10 bill or whatever, a fake bill, and it turned into that.
The sad part
That's
is
what's
that's
crazy.
what we were told.
Right.
But there has been no confirmation
Right.
of this occurrence.
Which makes it even more scary.
You know what I'm saying? Which is why I say that could easily be me, because I'm 6'6". For those that don't know me, for those who haven't seen me in the world, I'm 6'6", and I stand every inch of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's knowing that I walk in them places and people see me. You know what I'm saying? And when they see me, it could easily be misinterpreted because of my size. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that's why I carry the what's up, the how you doing. I take the extra mile with that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
I
don't
know it doesn't bother you, but go back to the point that I hate that so much that you have to not convince, but kind of train your mind to be persistent on that because of that reason.
Yeah. Because of prejudice, because of racism, because of people just not understanding that we weren't meant to
I'm
be
such
built
a
the
terrible.
same.
I was taught the
We
same
weren't
thing.
meant to be built the
Right.
same, people.
I was taught the same thing growing up, being in the mixed family. But I'm so stubborn, bro, that I still feel like sometimes they don't deserve it. Like they don't deserve for me to be kind to you just because you feel intimidated.
See, but you gotta look at it, and this is something that a real wise man taught me, which is my grandfather. You know what I'm saying?
I know, and mind you, I said I'm stubborn, so it's not like I don't know.
Your attributes and your gifts, you know what I'm saying? My grandfather always made me understand to be the man you want to be. You know what I'm saying? If you're a
Yeah,
laid
facts,
back,
big facts.
cool, calm, collective
Then be
cat,
that.
then be that laid back, cool, calm, collective cat. You know, don't ever
Right.
let anybody make you lose your cool. Don't ever let nobody make you be a person that you not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for people who know me standing at 6'6", I don't let nobody disrespect me. I don't let nobody try me. That's out the window. But I also don't make you feel like you got to
No, you're
worry
not a
or,
big aggressive
or you
person.
got
If
yeah,
anybody
you know what
know
I'm
you,
saying?
they call you like a big ass teddy bear
Yeah,
and
like
shit.
I rock out with people, you know what I'm saying? And like like that's why I say my grandfather also made me understand that you don't always have to be that aggressive, edgy person to get the edge on somebody.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, for instance, like I said, some of those same women will I'll walk in the store and that'll be the first impression, but I happen to be walking down the same aisle as them and now they at an item that they can't reach.
Here you go.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I get the overall of, do I want to be petty or do I actually want to be a good guy and just show you like, look, you ain't got to be like that.
And
you
that's
know what
it
I'm
is.
saying?
And that's what it is. Like naturally you want to do those things. It's always sucks for anybody of color that has in the back of their mind that maybe I should do it just because. Like it shouldn't be that. It just be I did it. Like
No, but
I did it.
I want you to
I hold the
understand
door for
something, and I
every
want-
person
and that's
because that's what
something
I
also.
want to do. You get what I'm saying?
But I want people to understand something, you know, and that's also because, like I say, the way people carry themselves and how they interpret things or how they react to situations
Right.
is due to their perspectives.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? My grandfather always made me understand that no matter what situation's going on and no matter how it's playing out, always recognize you hold more power than most because of the way you're entering the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're entering as a big dominating figure. So the power's already in your possession. You know, just understand there could be abusive power and there could be a justifiable use of power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You decide where that plays out and how that lies.
And that goes back to my whole people knowing whether they want to be bad or good or not. This is not like some conundrum. You pick those choices.
Yeah, you make those choices.
There's
You know
people
what
that
I'm
are
saying?
your height and be like, I'm
Man,
6'6".
fuck this. I'm about to smack this bitch like an ant.
Like, I'm 6'6".
You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing
Yeah.
you could do to me. Bye.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
You know what I'm saying? There's people that carry all those stigmas.
And that's the only bravery.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, then that's where and then you have the real short people who get the Napoleon complex.
They got the little man complex.
And it's just like we accept you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to show us that you're 6'6". And it's those things, you know?
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's like, dude, I'm not trying nothing. I'm just standing here.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm just being me.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
The same way I'll tell you, yeah, it feels good to be able to just bounce right up out of something, doesn't it? You know, when it's time for me to stand up and my bones ache or my knee cracking,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? That's a whole different shit to have to deal with. You know
Hell
what
yeah,
I mean?
man. But you know, as far as I mean, we're talking about where we could have been, right? But now we're fucking protesting, we're rioting.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody's out there. Shout out to anybody in Orlando who's out there right now. I think they're going out there now, right?
Yeah, I do believe they are protesting
Please
out
be
there.
careful out
a
there
lot
when
of
they got a 10 o'clock curfew. You know why they did that shit, bro.
Yeah, man.
Sun go down.
Yeah, nothing fun goes down when the sun goes down.
Yeah, and I mean, that's something else we got to also understand with this, too, is, you know, how we address issues and how we handle issues, you know, that's going to they're going to create laws and they're going to create limits and they're going to create guidelines to incite in a negative way what is going on.
Yeah, they're going to try. So, you know, because we haven't
break the
really brought this
narrative,
man
you know what I
around,
mean?
because we haven't really brought this man around, and I don't really like bringing him around, but I'm going to tell you something right now. With the beginning of this year, with everything that has happened, bro, with fucking Donald Trump's bullshit, with Joe Biden, with coronavirus, to now this, you guys got to understand something, man. We say they because we don't know them individually, but you do know them individually, bro. It's the peoples who gave us economics. It's the corporations. It's the fucking big CEOs that are worth billions and billions of dollars who run the government, who run the world, man. And they will incite things because you give them the information. Your feelings, all your emotions, all your fucking things that you care about, bro, you put on here for the world to see. They know how to read you. And and you sit here, right, and you watch these things and you call them conspiracies, and they tell you, hey man, a whole company got sued for stealing your personal information and giving it to politics for political fucking gain over your emotions, right? So how dare you go from that one incident and don't think that everything they fucking do is that. Even with this whole allowing to be filmed on camera hurting people, even down to that. You think if they really gave a shit about even helping you, that they would see that video and just allow for people to continue to go riot, and they could shut us down easily. How are they implementing martial law in these little cities, little by little, day by day?
If you had, and this is for you too, Ed, and this is for anybody who's still watching and still tuned in and rocking out with us. And when I ask y'all this question, we're going to go to a joint because I want y'all to ponder on this question. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In the event of what was going on, what happened, and what took place, who would have control to say something or to create authority? A judge?
What? So in the aspect of what? Like just the shutdown, the riots?
Like when this happened in Minnesota.
Right.
You see how there was a gap of time where nobody was arrested, nothing happened. Who issued for those people to be arrested?
Okay, so what happens is there's a DA.
Huh?
Governor has to be, right?
No. It's not the governor. The DA is the person who basically initiates the asks the judge for a warrant or whatever to arrest somebody, because obviously they can't arrest them on the spot.
The prosecutors, yeah.
Yeah, that's the DA. So there's people somewhere that pay money for the DA to postpone paperwork. It's just like
of course. I mean, I know that. I know how that plays out.
Right, so the authority in overall would be a judge, right? Or the governor or the mayor.
Who would have been able to override them and actually make something happen at the drop of a dime right at that moment?
The governor.
The governor. Right. Okay. So now.
I would think even the police chief would have some kind of flex.
The police chief has to talk to the mayor.
Or even the mayor, yeah.
No, the police chief has to ask the mayor. The mayor has to talk to the governor of the state.
So now. This is
before they make an arrest.
This is the mind frame.
Before they apprehend
chain of command, bro. Chain of command.
All right, so chain of command. So if you are the person who could have made the proper command and call.
The governor. This is end all be all. It's the governor.
What would have been your command and call?
To arrest the cop.
Arrest the cop.
That's an unfair question.
Charge him. Arrest him. It's murder on tape.
What would have been yours?
That's an unfair question.
How's that an unfair question?
Because I could never give you an answer as if I was going to be a governor.
Why?
I could give you my answer.
That's all I'm asking you for.
If you are governor of the state,
that's all I'm asking you for. If you were the governor,
and you had the authority.
But before we go into that, let's go to a song because we ain't played no joints yet, and we want the artist to remember. And like I said, that's why I want you to ponder on it because there's no right or wrong answer in this.
I'm done pondering.
You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly. And I'm glad. And we're gonna come right back to that. We're gonna come right back to that. So let's jump into a joint. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go into a grime wave joint.
Yeah, let's go into a grime wave joint. Shout out to Hanzo Blaze.
Yeah, he sent me his music. He sent his music today, but I didn't get a chance to load it into the program.
Oh, you definitely got to check that out.
So next weekend we'll be playing that new music.
Because he sent the links through, through the gram and through Facebook.
No, he sent me email. He sent me.
Oh, he sent you the other joint. Yeah, and I got it too. He sent me it through Messenger.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, shout out to them because the music is definitely dope, man.
Yeah, so grime wave, man. There's a bunch of songs up
there. Yeah, Ed, you know what? Well, let's see. Let's let Ed pick this one because we've been picking the past couple weeks.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with the Night Schemes. Did we hear that one?
What is it called?
Night Schemes.
Night Schemes.
Night Schemes.
No, we probably haven't.
By Grime Wave.
Yeah.
Nah, we ain't dove into that one.
I'm gonna pull out the Night Schemes because that curfew's coming around 10
that
o'clock
sound like
tonight.
It sounds most fitting. I feel you. It just feels right.
So I think a lot of people are might need to hear this before.
Definitely.
Before the sun goes down. You did.
Facts, yo. So Hanzo Blade.
Shout out to
Grime
Hanzo
Wave,
man.
This is Night Schemes, bro.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, everybody tuning in.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it.
Eventually.
Here we go.
Eventually.
That Grime Wave featuring Hanzo Blaze.
Oh shit, I'm getting hungry.
Yeah. Crime wave. I remember night schemes. Hit the liquor, then I slide clean. In the alley with the scoundrel where you robbed me. My grimy, you know my mind's deep. Bad bitch, no taller than 5'3". All like, I want you inside me, I'll be obliged. She was fine, so I get it that I had to slide. She wrote to God, cause I'm sleeping rhymes. Be your vibes, be your minds, speak between the lines. I don't talk much if I don't know them guys who know the vibes. Nah, no disguises there. Gray clouds in my head, even when skies is clear. If I could cry tears, then I would burn the ocean. How I merge focus, keep the fly open. Posters die hopeless, hope they lie with their eyes open. Time slows in the divine moment. I shine golden, my inner shrine glowing. Nah, man. I remember the night schemes. Incarceration was likely. Late night tripping and thinking really well like me. Yeah, I give a fuck if you like me. Yeah, now it's nightmares nightly. It's the lifestyle, the crime bar shiesty. I remember the night schemes. Yeah, I remember the night schemes.
I remember plotting them night schemes. Vivid memories and high depth with a wide screen. It's frightening when both of your parents got pipe dreams. Almost was a suicide, king couldn't find wings. Imagine trying to hold a tight cling to a fine string. Shit, I was 19, pitching the tripe beans. Puffing like steam, the whole squad was a flight team. Left the house wiped clean just to divide cream. Took a couple of television chains and night rings. I was a rebel, conditioned to pain that life brings. Trouble-minded felon, humble but I was quite mean. Pulverize your melon, son I'm nice with the right swing. Hung around some legends in the hood that were like kings. Back then real niggas didn't dress up in tight jeans. But now I'm coming home to stress, hearing my wife scream. Even when the chips are low, I'm Piccolo's life beam. I remember them night schemes. I remember them night schemes. I remember them night schemes. Best believe I remember them night schemes. Yeah, I remember them night schemes.
Yeah, crime wave.
You alright over there, Ed?
Yeah.
Look like you was having a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
We back in the building. This is Big
I
Ooze.
just like that beat, yo.
It's
That
the
shit
Mellow
was
Room.
fresh.
Yeah, that beat was dope. Yo, that's one thing about Ground Wave, man. They
Pianos.
definitely they keep the essence of hip hop with they sound and with what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? You could tell, you could kind of you could feel the wisdom in their music. You know what I'm saying? You could feel like they ain't just they showing homage to the past, mixing it with the future,
Right.
giving you the present all in one.
Giving
You
you
know what I'm
bars.
saying?
Definitely a movement.
Yeah, and I definitely respect that, and I feel that about their music. You know what I'm saying? I strongly feel that
Yeah,
about their
hopefully
music.
one day Grind Wave can link up with the coalition, man.
Yeah. We got to link up, you know, and work on some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's only right. Especially because, you know, I'm a person, like, for me as an artist, I love going
And
into
working with
all
people.
dimensions
Yeah.
and all realms. You know what I'm saying? And with their realm, it's a lot more to the brain. I get to show off a lot more of
right.
the sharpness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That I do hold. You know what I mean? So big shout out to them, man.
Yeah, big shout out to that song and Hanzo and Grind Wave, man.
That was the night
Now, kind of
schemes.
get back to
The question that I had
the
asked.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, if that was you and you were in that position, Ed, because you was like, you don't want my answer and how I feel.
Man, listen.
Let's hear it.
I guess I could call myself a radical because I feel like you should, in most cases, you should fight fire with fire or have an eye for an eye. So I feel like make somebody step on that man's neck too. That's how I feel like. Fight fire with fire.
So in a sense, you're saying, as the governor of that state, your implement of punishing is basically an eye for an eye. So you would basically still have to arrest him, bring him in, and have somebody step on his neck.
Yeah. If that answers your question, I'm not sure if that totally answers.
I'm not sure if that totally answers your question.
The question is, what would I do?
I mean, the reason why I asked
Would
this
you?
is because
I think what he's asking is, would you override the fact that they took so long to arrest him?
That's
and then
my-
make
that's
the
what I'm
call
trying to
and
get
be
at.
like, send somebody in there, get him.
immediately.
that's what I'm trying to say.
Immediately.
Like,
Before the
that
sun went
would
down the
have
first day.
immediately been my call.
Before
Right,
the
you said-
sun
I
went
said
down
same
the
thing.
Is
first
I'm
day.
arrest-
I'm immediate.
Arrest all of them. Arrest
All
all
of
officers
like,
on the scene.
Like
All of
after it
them.
happened and they brought the guy and he went to the hospital or whatever and they went back to the station.
My
like, as the chief of
immediate
police,
call-
I would have been like, sit down, guys.
Nah,
Like, you know what I'm
fuck
saying?
sit down. My immediate call would have been arrest all officers on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
That's one.
No, that's what I mean. If I was like chief of police and after that shit happened, you come in, I'm having other officers like, hey, sit down, you're arrested, like you're not moving nowhere, give me your badge and shit.
Yeah, you know
Like,
what I'm
the
saying?
fuck? Like you just killed a man. nigga.
I feel like they should be made examples out of. So the same way that I should be held accountable for not breaking laws, and I should know as a grown man if there are consequences if I do choose to, which we all have a choice. So being that I face consequences in my real life, I feel like they should do the same thing. I feel like if it was me, I would have gotten a hold of them right away, and I would have made. I mean, I might get in trouble for saying this, but I would have made the 3 of those. What was it? 3 or 4 officers standing by.
Yeah.
I would have made those dudes watch me
Somebody else step
have
on their
someone
neck.
else step on this man's neck and take his life from him.
I feel you.
And then I would
feel
have
you,
possibly tortured the rest of them.
Yeah,
but then again, I would be a tyrant.
I would
See, I'm-
It sound like he needs
I'm
to
getting
be.
angry myself.
It sound like he not a governor. It
He's a
sound more
tyrant.
like he's a what's
I'm
Kim
more of a
Jong Un?
person-
What they call him?
I don't know.
Extremist.
Nah,
Whatever
not
you
an
wanna call me.
extremist, but what do they call him? What
Don't
is he
ask me.
considered?
Don't ask me to be in charge.
What
That's
is he
all I'm
considered?
That dictator.
He's a dictator. Sound like you need to
Look,
be a dictator
Look,
of a
all
country.
I know is, if people was afraid of the consequence, they might think twice about the crime.
Facts.
I feel what you're saying.
That's my thing.
So if
Now,
you,
my
if you,
thing
if you
is-
steal and
my
get your
thing-
hand
Nobody
cut,
learns
if you
until
get your
they
hand
get
cut off-
smacked in the face.
Uh-huh.
if you steal and get your hand cut off, the person next to you might not steal.
Right.
I feel
What's
what
Mike
you're saying.
Tyson's
So you get-
phrase?
But being
Everybody
that
got playing until you get punched in the face.
you get punched in the face.
Like that's my whole thing, son.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
government ain't gonna learn until they burn down the fucking Capitol building.
That's why right now, if Babylon's burning down,
Yeah, a lot of it. You know
said
what I'm
Babylon.
saying?
and I'm for that. I'm for
Babylon.
that. I'm not mad. I'm not
Babylon.
mad. If you ask me my opinion, I'm not mad that businesses are being burnt down.
I'm not either. I just want people to understand.
Leave the local ones like me.
I
Like,
just-
bro, there's people out here that want to fight with you too, but we own a business.
My
We
justification.
trying to run it. You know what I'm saying?
My justification is this: if people are pushed to that point of extremity, that's what it needs to be.
it's
You know what I mean?
fact.
I
Yeah, yeah, I get it.
I understand the cause to the point where I'm not mad at the fact that property is being damaged.
I get that.
I could care less.
But my thing is okay. Recognize what you're destroying. You're gonna be the same one rebuilding.
yeah.
Yes, I have
But
no
that's
problem with
okay,
that.
though,
You know what I'm
because
saying?
if that's how it needs to get rebuilt, if that's what needs to take place for the
Fact.
rebuilding to occur, then let's
and I'm
motherfucking
okay
set
And,
this
and
shit
I'm
on
okay.
fire.
I'm okay with
I'm
that
cool
as
with
well. I'm okay with
Yeah.
that as well. That's why I said it's understanding and knowing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because this could easily be done, and now, okay, we 2 months, 3 years from now,
Who's
God
building it?
forbid, we right back in the same position we in right now.
Well, then we ain't do what we needed.
You
to
know
do
what I'm
at
saying?
that-
And the
that
reason why I
point.
say that is because how many times has this happened already, and we right back in the same position?
Facts.
I agree. So
You know
something
what
got
I'm
to be
saying?
done
And this-
differently. Then
you know
something
what's
gotta
crazy?
Something got to be done. differently.
So, and how many riots have there been?
You know what's crazy
many.
about this?
Too many.
You get what I'm
too
saying?
many
So,
marches.
so this
In
is what I'm
particular
saying
one?
is like,
What do we do now?
where are we going? We've rioted before to be pacified afterwards,
Mhm.
for then things to go right back to how they originally were and were intended, I guess, for them to be, depending
Right,
on
and
who's
you know
looking
what's
at it.
crazy about this situation in hand? This can spark not just a racist revolution, a whole revolution, because this goes back to what I always say, bro. Are you tired of being paid underpaid? Are you tired of fucking being poor? Are you tired of all of that
Everybody's
shit?
tired of that
The
type
problem,
of
the
shit.
difference between stopping it and letting it be is to fucking everybody has to stand up and fight. That means you can't pay the mortgagers no more. Everybody has to do this though. If you're the
in
guy
order
that
for
works
it
at the toll
to,
booth,
in order for it to be felt in its
everybody
intended
gotta
form,
fucking do it. You
it has
got
to
if
be
you're
a
the
mass
toll booth
approach.
worker, stop going to work. Like they force us out of work, so you know what it feels like already. So at the end of the day, you know they can't come and force you out of your home, because if that was the case, you would have already been forced out of your home.
So looking forward into that, in order for that to take place, the richest people, the people with the most ability to be able to structure something where people could be in a position to lose.
No, because you're still thinking financially. I'm talking about everything, bro.
It needs to be
Even the
organized
man
to
who
happen.
turns on the power button for the city, he cannot go to work.
Right.
You cannot turn this power on
So
without
there-
you.
so there needs to be some
therefore,
sort of
if I don't
organization.
go there, the police don't even get power to power they fucking building. Like
Indeed.
everybody, every single
But that night,
every single
how are we gonna?
aspect.
That night, if we shut down the city, how are we gonna eat something so that we could move the next day and have?
You better
energy?
be ready, bro.
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
the
We
whole
need
thing
to-
about
we
that
need
is
to plan ahead.
the
for
whole
that
thing
to
with
take
that
place.
is there's
Exactly,
no
exactly.
unified front amongst people,
And that's what he's trying to
That's
say, is
what
that
needs
we
to
not
take
coming
place.
together
there's
like
no
that.
unity.
No
That's
one's
what needs to take place
amongst
first. Then.
people.
Right. There's somebody out there that's like, hey, man, let's do this first. But everybody else is like, shut the fuck up. We're burning down this
It's
building.
like, I got an uncle, and people always look at it like, yo, Ooze be slick with words, man, and don't think it just come from nowhere. Like, I got older family members that really,
Wisdom.
they had that game for me. You know what I'm saying? And like, my uncle, shout out to Uncle Rand, because anybody who met Uncle Rand know your trip. You met Uncle Rand.
Yeah.
He blind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uncle Rand a whole
Shit,
trip.
man, inspiration of life,
But
though. Man,
Uncle
blind
Rand-
as hell, act like
Uncle
you wouldn't
Rand
even know
always-
it.
Nah, you wouldn't know it. You know what I'm saying? Because he'd be sitting there like, yo, you seen this movie? And you'd be like, what?
He blind, so he blind, but
But he
he's seen a
real
lot.
with it. He real
No,
with it.
dude,
Nah,
blind as
he
hell.
wasn't.
He
blind.
Was born with vision. He just lost his vision
Okay.
probably 10 years ago.
Yeah, so he's seen a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but he, even with the state
What's up,
that he's
cousin?
in
I
right
see
now, he'll travel from Stillwell to the train station. The nigga get on the train by himself.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but he just always had wise words and some slick shit to always drop on a nigga. Like, I grew up knowing there's no justice. It's just us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
unity
I
down.
grew up understanding that what unity? Nah, nigga, it's just you and me.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? So
You and I.
when you get in those,
G-Y.
when you getting in those, and you got people that remind you of that and kept you on your toes with it. You know what I'm saying? You just you took a different understanding to shit.
It just sucks that, like we said, we ain't take the responsibility to pass that on. But at least I could pass it on to my kids. I couldn't pass it out to the people in the streets. They didn't want to listen.
Yeah, and I mean, you can pass it out to people in the streets. It's just all about how you feed them.
Right.
Everybody's to be fed differently.
Yo,
Nobody.
Speaking of which, I had to interrupt with a PSA.
Go ahead, my G.
They closing all the Walmarts right now until further notice.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's Orange County or if that's all of America or if that's Florida. Or
He said
what.
all of America.
So
But,
look, you guys are really edging this guy out, bro.
Yeah.
Because Conspiracy Mike, because if they're closing Walmarts, you have to understand something though.
Come on out, Mike.
Walmarts have contracts with governments
Yeah, they do.
that if in the state of emergency they become holding facilities.
Stronghold facilities.
Yeah. Stronghold facilities.
Okay, watch out. I'm
All
just
big
saying.
box warehouses, though.
Yeah,
I
but
think
Walmart,
all big box
Walmart
warehouses have
owns
that.
fucking Sam's Club. That's all the same. Sam's
Big
Club,
box,
Walmart,
big box
Costco,
industries.
That's all Walmart.
Then you got Home Depot. That's another big
Right.
box industry. Lowe's is a big box
But Home
industry.
Depot and Lowe's don't have a specific contract with FEMA.
The government, okay.
It's a FEMA contract. It's in FEMA's. Like, check this out. When they did the martial law the first time for the pandemic and FEMA took over, the reason why Walmart stayed open is because Walmarts are in FEMA's fucking contract. So if it's a pandemic, Walmarts are automatically staying open because FEMA took over.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
I'm sure that if they get into a crisis situation too, they relocate their products probably, like water.
Yeah, well, they're gonna
food or
take all
whatever,
their
and they'll
stock
s-
and
they'll
bring
ship-
it in
they'll
somewhere
send it
else, and
somewhere,
then
I'm
gut it
sure.
out, and then store
Yeah.
all the people that they arrest for fucking protesting and burning the city down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you these things because ever since I was a kid, man, I always thought the world was fucked up. Being taught about racism as a kid, not even know what the fuck that means. You know what I'm saying? just everything as far as dealing with drugs and police coming in my door, kicking in from my father and shit, and treating me like shit just because I'm a product of him.
I'm a mixed baby.
Right. All of that shit. And this takes me back to when we were teenagers and I came across the book, The Pale White Horse. And there's a government dude, he worked for the fucking government, dog, and wrote this book. And they killed that man after he published the book. And you could take it for conspiracy or whatever the fuck you want to take it for. But in that book, explained the agenda, bro. The book is this fucking thick. It explained the agenda of these people, bro. And the agenda, they are fulfilling their agenda. They're fulfilling their agenda. That's what the most terrible thing about it is.
I mean, well,
all of these corporational laws.
It's an overall agenda, but it's a step-by-step process.
Look, all right, you want to know how racism was used in other countries? The Nazis. The Nazis used bad propaganda against the Jews to make German people hate Jews. They said they robbed us. They say they're thugs and they have gangs. You have to look this shit up in history, bro. That Hitler used the same tactics that America used against us, because everybody seems to forget. And you like Killer Mike, and you should listen to Killer Mike. Killer Mike talk about it all the time. There was a point after slavery in which black people did become prosperous. There was a Black Wall Street. There was black millionaires. They had their own businesses. It was at some point the government decided to start slandering black people again and use that as part of their agenda. They started killing us. They don't have a problem with setting us up to get killed. That's not the problem.
There is no problem with that.
There's no problem with that. And if people think that people are not capable of that, they definitely are. And you've just witnessed it. And now that's why we're here.
You don't believe it after everything you witnessed for the past fucking 30 years,
Facts.
40 years.
Right? So at the end of the day, let's keep it in where we're talking about is being racist. But nigga, this is still an agenda for the world. And they're using us as the scapegoat, man. We have to stand up and fight forward, man, because you are being used to the fullest extent. You know, as a black person, a black race, African,
just being exploited as a culture.
You from the islands, bro, you're black. If you're Dominican, you black, bro. Goddamn Asians are black too, man. Like, it's just over centuries and centuries of mixing of blood, man. People get lighter skin. That's just a fucking, what do they call them shit? Hereditary gene in your body. It means nothing. The color means nothing. But all inside, bro, we've all come from the same place, the same motherland. We all have the same African-American genes, right? So our fight is against a couple people that think they got control over the system. And that's the corporations. That's the big corporations who change corporation law. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell you guys, watch the documentary, The Corporation. And you'll come to find out that they turned business entities into physical people by law, which allows them to break the law as a company and kill people and kill other persons, because you're only being accountable as a person at the end of the day, not a company, because the company's safe. It's tucked away through laws and shit, which have corrupted our Constitution, which allow people like Donald Trump, who is a businessman, to come in and now run the country as a person, as a business, because it's not that the laws of no longer are being like applied to us like a Second Amendment or whatever. It's just it doesn't apply to the business. So who you gonna get to run a business? Not me or you who want to just help people. You get a businessman and shit. And this is the agenda that they've pushed for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, 200, 500 years.
Since they established a colony.
Yeah, go back to Europe, man. This has been an agenda that is just being fulfilled. And we need to learn as people that it's not up to a certain group of people like protesters or fucking some solidified group or the NCAA or and whatever you say, the NAACP or Minister Farrakhan. It's not up to the Muslims. It's up to every fucking human being on the planet to stop this. And to go back to what Ed said, yes, motherfucker, that means there's no food because the government and everybody supply goddamn food. So nigga, learn how to right now. You never learned how to grow shit. You never learned how to fish. Learn that shit now.
Never learn how to hunt.
Like, you got to do these things.
You better
yo.
get yourself prepared.
That's what always made me mad too, bro, is that I learned those things growing up. Fishing, hunting, doing quote unquote white people shit, bro. And then people used to knock me for it. And I'm like, but how is this white people shit? Like, it's just shit. It's just fish.
It's survivalist.
Yeah, it's just riding a dirt bike. It's fun. I don't have to be white or black not to like a dirt bike. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or go fishing or bust a rifle to hunt a deer or something.
See, but I don't know, and I guess that's the people you're around, and that just shows the ignorance in the mind of the people that you're around. Because, like, for instance, I'm from the hood, but where I'm from, people didn't look at fishing as white people shit.
And I'm not saying that
like that was never presented to me.
I'm not saying that these people.
I never heard that
I'm just
attachment
saying
to it.
Some people would though.
I never heard those two things like
attached
attached
I was
like
around.
that.
It was the people that you run into. Like, say you go to a place and then you meet somebody and they're like, "Yo, what's up, man? My name's so and so." You know, man. You know, it's just friendly relationship shit. I like to fish. I like to skateboard and shit. You know, you say that to any black person that not in your immediate circle, and they're like, "Oh, it's white people shit, nigga."
See, but not really fishing. I can understand skateboarding, but not fishing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, like, I grew up where I grew up, it was limited.
Southern black people fish though.
A lot of people fish.
Southern black people fish.
Northern black people fish.
They do, but not all of them.
Not all of Southern black.
What it is,
Yes, they do.
stereotype.
No, they don't.
All Southern
And see,
black
that's
people.
stereotypical speaking, my nigga, because no, they don't.
No, I know that. But I'm saying
what it
it's
is.
more
It's the
relevant here
stereotype.
than it is in the city, though, B. Because really, at the end of the day, you have lakes and streams in the South and the countries and shit. In the city, you got a lake that a dead body floated by. You're not fishing in that shit.
Yeah, or you got, see, but that's the difference is like you got, I guess, and that's the privilege for me of what I had growing
had the
up,
beach.
is I got the ocean right next to me. So I grew up seeing, you know, my uncles would go fishing.
So for a person who grew up in the projects and having the
friends
beach
and
close
family.
by,
you
it's different
had
for
the
a nigga who grew up in
exposure.
the projects and got to drive 5 hours to get to the beach.
Oh, it's much
Key word
different.
is you had the exposure.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm
You
saying?
didn't live under a rock. Like,
Exactly,
certain people
so-
would be like, "What's a fish?"
Yeah, you feel me? So it wasn't presented to me like that's attached to white people. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Neither was it to me.
I mean, skateboarding, I've heard people say that.
Right.
I've heard that. You know what I'm saying? And what was like, okay, why is
Until
it?
that changed.
Yeah, and why is it labeled that and all that? All that came
You
with.
got to
it.
think about the origin of skateboarding. It probably originated in a predominantly white neighborhood, similar to.
It's really not,
similar
though.
to. I could be wrong.
I could be wrong.
I could be wrong, but
Like the
I feel you,
invention,
right?
kind of like how
the
hip-hop-
invention of
kinda
the
like how
skateboard
hip-hop
is just an
came
invention,
about.
but like the actual concept of doing tricks and shit like that
Yeah.
did come from like L.A. and San Francisco
prob-
white boys,
It
surfer
probably
guys.
came from surfing, and then they put wheels on a board.
No, I don't know the actual invention of the skateboard, but the concept that we know now to all this tricks kind of did come from white guys in L.A. and shit, but they weren't rich white guys. They weren't like some privileged people that can only do it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It was a hood thing. But,
And see, that's why.
but you got to remember.
I'm just saying in
That's
terms of.
why I
So
feel
look,
it's
I'm just saying in
butchering.
terms of the
I don't wanna cut you
stereotype.
off. I won't cut you off. I'm gonna give you an example
ahead,
though.
go ahead.
I went to California, right? And I went to Santa Monica, and right after Santa Monica Pier is Venice Beach. Okay, both of those sound like it's too expensive for us.
Not
No.
necessarily. It depends on how your
sir,
perspective
it
of that.
depends.
No, I'm saying like you would think like you'd be like, all right, if I go to Venice Beach or Santa Monica, it wouldn't look
It
like
sounds
Coney
real-
Island's
it sounds
fucking
real nice.
projects area, right? You would think that.
Nah, but I would
because-
think the boardwalk is still gonna look like the same. I know
Right.
the
Palm
atmosphere.
trees,
right.
I know the
palm trees,
atmosphere. of a
sun.
So
boardwalk.
until you live there,
not the
you
trees, because it's gonna be palm trees and shit there.
Palm trees and sun.
Whereas opposed to my neighborhood, you're gonna catch an oak or
Right.
something else.
Ain't no
Exactly,
pine, ain't no
exactly.
palm
You know what I'm
tree.
saying? But what I do, I know the atmosphere of a boardwalk.
Okay.
right. So check
Okay,
this out.
okay.
That's
so
what
check
I
this
know
out.
I
You
know.
don't
They share
understand this.
similarities.
It
you
is.
You don't
on both
understand this until you actually be a resident there. And I didn't know this. I was just told by the tour guide.
Mhm.
Santa Monica Pier and Santa Monica Beach is like beautiful. It's fucking for the rich people. The shops are too expensive. You could go there. Everybody can go there.
It's
but you can
considered
walk
upscale.
around. Then you go to Venice Beach, right? And Venice Beach looks nice as hell. Matter of fact, that's where the original Outside Goals gym is at. You see that shit on movies. You see it on
World
TV.
famous. It's
You
world
know what the
famous.
nigga tells me? The tour guide? He's like, this is the poor section.
Yeah.
He's like, people who live here are poor in Venice Beach. Don't live like Santa Monica people. He's like, this is basically like you living on one side of the Coney Island where they're nice, or you're living on your side of Coney Island. You're still on the beach, but your living situation is nothing like the same.
No, it's like South Beach and North Beach.
So with the
Miami.
skateboarding thing, yeah, you're in Venice Beach as a poor white dude who's skateboarding. It's a rebellion thing. So it's not necessarily a race thing. It was just their. It's
what
just
they
like,
did is what they did over there.
Yeah.
And see, for me, that's why
Rich
I say,
people went surfing. The poor people by
like
the beach
saying
took
like this.
cup skateboarding. You
I
can't
don't
buy a
think-
surfboard type shit.
And see, that's if
I
you
might be
wanna
wrong,
get,
but that's kind of what it kind
and
of
that's
is.
if you want to get into a racial stance of breaking it down.
Yeah. I don't know if I said it that way, but
No. I'm not saying just you or Mike
Or anyone in general, yeah.
It's like, all right, for instance, you see how y'all just attach race.
I don't know if I did that. I don't
To
know if
the
I did
essence
that.
of
I
skateboarding.
attached a location. I attached the location because
location,
I know
whatever
it
the case may be.
was popularized in that area.
Whatever the case may be.
Predominantly from that area.
Now,
Just
understand
like
what I'm
hip hop is predominantly from New York.
Understand what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Why did it even have to be looked at in the mind frame of that?
Of what?
Right, like who
Of
invented
racial?
that?
Of
How
race?
we're looking at it.
Like who invented that?
How
was my
we're
point.
sitting here talking about it. Now let me explain my vision of it, because now this is outside of race.
Go ahead.
This is bigger than race.
Go ahead.
You get what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
This is understanding that I came from an area where convenience is so precious
Mm-hmm.
and so valued, but yet it's so undermined.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of niggas where I'm come from, we grow up learning and understanding that a car is not a necessity, it's a luxury.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because a lot of niggas where I come from, they really don't give a fuck about driving.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? They enjoy the simplicity of being able to walk from here to there and maybe make it there quicker on foot than you may make it in car. Because of traffic and all of the other exposures that they may have.
So you have a different set
Now
of
I have a
values.
different outlook as it to people that took to rollerblades, took to skateboarding,
Facts.
took to a scooter.
Okay.
I took
that
to
was
it
more
as
of a primary
people who
mode of
understood
transportation.
the essence of being able to get here to there a couple minutes quicker.
With wheels on your feet.
A couple minutes quicker via skateboard, via rollerblades,
or bike or whatever.
any one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I take from it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say, oh, it's a skateboard, so that's the white boy way. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's
That's the
rollerblades,
but that's the
that could be
stereotype.
anyway. That could go
The
both ways.
stereotype for the most part
Yeah,
has
but-
been
Yeah,
that
but
way.
this is what
up
I'm
until
saying.
But you never
recently.
met those people that
This
be
is
like.
what I'm saying.
But you never met those people that.
If we don't discuss it in a different form, fashion, or manner, it'll
Yeah.
always
It will
be
be that
that
way.
received as the
That's why
same
we need
way.
to break
But
the
tell me you never
stereotype.
met these people
Go ahead.
that you in a roller rink, right? And you got on rollerblades, everybody got on skates. That they're like, yo, back in the days, black people didn't ride rollerblades; they skated around 4-wheel skates. But I'm black and I like rollerblades.
Yeah.
So what makes, like you said, who invented that to the point where it's like, who
It's
made the
stigmas.
skateboard white
It's stigmas,
and rollerblades
and I'll
white
tell you what
people,
that is.
and
I'll tell you what
four-wheel
that
skates,
is.
black people
It's
and
the
shit.
stigma, and it's companies, and it's the corporations who are inflicting that on the people. You want to know why? Because skates, when they first came out, yeah, they were $59.99. But as time went on, we evolved and developed
to
the skate.
rollerblades that were
So now, as we
$59.99.
evolved and developed the skate with 4 wheels under you, even all of them got 4 wheels,
With
but
the
when they're 4 and they're
inline,
separated
the
2 and 2,
The inline, yeah.
which are to help with balance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you go to the ones that are all straight together, which that shows you got a little more control of your body.
It's more like an ice skate.
Got a little more control
Yeah.
over your body. You know what I'm saying? But instead, we put those at
$1.
$99.99.
$1.20.
These at $49.99 now. And now because you got the $49.99, he got the $99.99, somebody balling. You know what I'm saying? So it's the stigma. It's
And
a
then
you can
systematic
only
way
be
of
of looking at
baller
shit.
if you're a white family,
Yeah,
because
it's a-
a white family can only afford
It's a
rollerblades.
systematic way of looking at shit and being presented. You know,
And
as
that's-
opposed, that's why I said for me, being a kid from that environment of where it was like, I really didn't give a fuck about any of it.
Me neither.
Because I just understood, all right, you know what? I could still get there quick with a hop,
didn't
skip,
matter.
a jump with the gas and the
I
brake
rode
attached to my
scooters,
ankles.
I rode scooters, skateboards.
You know what I'm saying?
I rode rollerblades, bicycles, everything that had got a wheel on it.
But understand, y'all get what I'm saying now. It's how it's being explained. You know what I'm saying? If we would have never, just now, if we would have opened up that conversation and we wouldn't have attached it to a race, period. We would have just attached it to people understanding that it's a quicker form of transportation. It's a quicker form of transportation. It's it's a good way of exercising. It's this, it's that.
Well, now we are there with skateboarding.
You know what I'm saying? Helping the concept.
I mean, we're
actually
getting there.
skateboarding, at
We're getting
least
there.
we're there.
We're actually helping with the understanding of breaking away from the stereotypes.
Breaking the stigmas.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
You know what I'm
man.
saying? But it doesn't get explained in that
Growing up,
form
it
of
was
fashion.
fucked up. But now I noticed
We
in the
gotta be
past
more
maybe
mindful.
10
That's the
years.
key
With that,
word.
in that form of fashion, let's get into a joint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we are going in, and people, I appreciate all y'all out there that's tuned in and rocking out with us. Share it, like it, tell a friend to tell a friend, treat it like a joint and pass it back to me.
Yeah, share it again.
But let's get into a joint because that's what we here to do. You know, we still gonna have some mindful conversation. When I come back, yo, Mike, let's get into today in hip hop.
Hip hop history, yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? Let's do that. Let's take a
I'm
break
looking
from.
over the list right now.
Let's take a
I'm
break
like,
from the controversial
really
side
liking
of it, and let's
sounds
we're gonna
good.
get into what we do here.
All right, so what y'all want to hear?
Let me get some Lou O.D.
All right, we got the Lou O.D. folder.
Shout out to Lou O.D. You already know.
Couple of joints over here.
Yeah, you got a couple joints. Take your pick. You know what I'm saying?
I might have to go with the Ride Out on this one.
There you go. Shout out to Lou O.D. Man, we gonna ride out. And it's nice because you see all the music. It's it kind of fits what's going on right now in the world, I guess.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Lou O.D. You know what I mean? He's another artist that submitted a lot of music to us. He rocks out with us here at the MELLO-ROOM, man. You know what I mean? So it's always important for us to show love to him.
Yeah, always big respects to all the artists who send in music, man.
Definitely. You know what I mean? So this is going to be Lou O.D. Ride out. Let's
ride.
get into it.
All right, here we go.
MELLO-ROOM, Sunday Fun Day.
Els, what up? Glizzy, what up? Huh? Any problems, nigga, then we ride out. We seeking if you creeping, nigga, you can't hide out. We out here, Glizzy, bring them bikes out. And if you shining, nigga, I cut your lights out. When it's wartime, he lead the heat. He LeBron, hey yo, word is born, I'm moving weight, I'm kinda strong. Purge on them, and turn the drama on. Turn their music off, you niggas Microsoft. When it's wartime, I take my Nikes off and put my Timbs on. Shoot and call me Chris Paul. I dip off, switching in and out of lanes, nope. I don't associate with no lames. Your wifey giving me neck like she a chain. Only beef they know is low main. She gave me a blowjob, that's the occupation. Baby made my eyes roll back, I'm stuck in fascination. Any problems, nigga, then we ride out. We seeking if you creeping, nigga, you can't hide out. We out here, Glizzy, bring them bikes out. And if you shining, nigga, I cut your lights out. We rapping work like gifts on a holiday. If you short and bang your ear, no beats by Dre. No peace, but my piece do spray. And my Kush cologne, you can smell a mile away. It's so loud, it's fucking up the atmosphere. Niggas don't respect love, they respect fear. And me and my niggas hanging, we some chandeliers. I'm a king star player, James on the Cavaliers. Don't be mad at me, cause actually I'm fucking thoughts casually. Chief and blunts and I do it happily. Rolling blunts, blow the smoke, never choke, use a joke, always broke. Fuck with that nigga they call overdose. Any problems, nigga, then we ride out. We seeking if you creeping, nigga, you can't hide out. We out here, Glizzy, bring them bikes out. And if you shining, nigga, I cut your lights out.
We back like we left something. How I'm supposed to be. Keep the thing close to me.
MELLO-ROOM, man. Every Sunday, whatever time we feel like it.
Yes, sir. You already know. It's only right. So we back at it how we supposed to be.
Right before we get into kind of the last topic of the day, man, I just want to give a big shout out to everybody who's been tuning in. Everybody keep your head strong, man. All my brothers, my sisters, white, black, green, orange, purple. I don't give a fuck what color you are, man. You my brother and you my sister.
Definitely.
Shout out to all the artists who send in their music. Keep sending in shit. Keep doing shit, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. The world is on fire. Yo, artists should be taking very good advantage of this time to create some very good history-making art. I'm not gonna say music. I'm gonna say art.
Yeah, just art
Paintings,
in general.
all
Paintings,
art,
everything.
man.
I mean, there's so much going on in the world. It should be fueling your artistic
Creation.
ability.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm
creative.
saying? A lot of
If you
times,
can't help by throwing a rock through a window, you can help by painting a beautiful portrait of what represents of what's going on, or you can make a good ballad or a song or something. You know. What
And
I'm saying?
also do remember, y'all, you know, I mean, we're exploitations of time. You know, we're passing vessels. You know what I mean? We were here for a moment, gone for the next. So whether it be a poem, you know, whether it be a picture, whether it be, you know, a song, whichever way you got to present it to yourself, just remember that art stands the test of time.
It does.
You know, so all this pain that we going through, you know, all this heated pressure that we going through, use whatever you use as your canvas and put it out there, you know, because 100 years from now, you know, when people are looking back at this period of time, that's what's going to help them understand the pain
What
that
happened.
we were going through. That's
You
what's
want
going
to
to help
rewrite
them.
the history books? It starts.
Yeah,
now.
that's what's going to help them get a good idea and get a good understanding of what we're going through right now in today's world, is the art that we leave behind from it, whether it be picture, poem, song, or even some type of molded structure.
A statue.
You understand what I'm saying? A statue, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But just let's get it. Let's let them creative juices flow and let's get to it, y'all.
Yeah, and also shout out Uncle Glenn for what?
Oh yeah, now
first-
Uncle Glenn, you know, straighten that out for us about who invented the skateboard. Larry Stevenson was the inventor of the skateboard, and I believe the
Never
guy's
heard of
name was Alan Fand or something like that. That he did the first ollie on a skateboard. He was the first on, I guess, to present tricks on it. You know what I mean?
Cool.
So, you know, and shout out to Uncle Glenn. You know, he's one of those that tunes in that
He's a
always
private
helps
fact
us.
checker.
Yeah. He gives us our fact checks. You know what I mean? And it's important to keep people around you like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be out there putting no false information into the world. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, at the end of the day, man, this is that time, man. All artists, please rise. Let your inner artist awaken.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because with everything that's going on right now, this is pain.
We
This
need your
is-
voice just as much
you
as
know,
anybody else.
Let your voice speak, whether it be through your art, you know, or whichever way you know how to relate it and put it out there. You know what I mean? But it's time to do it. Because at the end of the day,
Yeah,
when we
this-
are gone from here and there's nothing else for us to present what happened, this is what's going to tell that story.
This is a humanitarian thing, bro.
You know?
This is a worldwide humanitarian uprising against the tyrannies of evil. I know I sound like a biblical prophecy, but it comes from somewhere.
But yeah, man.
But anyway.
Let's get into today in hip hop, man. Let's flip the coin and
Today
get
in
on
hip
the
hop
lighter
history,
side.
we're going back in some history, kind of give you some what was going on in their days on these days.
Uh-huh.
The Beastie Boys, they released their fourth studio album called Ill Communication.
Shout out to the Beastie Boys. So what you want?
Yeah, facts.
You already
May
know,
31st,
man.
1994.
Big shout out to those dudes, man. One of my favorite. What that was the '94 album.
Yeah. Fourth studio album.
So I
Ill
think that was the
Communication.
one that had the. Nah, I think that was their later album that had that intergalactic. Man,
Yeah, that was the next
I
album.
don't
That was
even
the
know if
next album, right?
Was that even on an
think so.
album?
yeah, that was on
Yeah,
an
it
album. That was my joint too.
Yeah, that shit was ill.
Big shout out to the Beastie Boys, man.
Yeah, big ups to Beastie Boys. On this day, they released their fourth studio album. Another freaking relevant, pretty good choices, man, because this guy stands for a lot of what's going on today, too. Boogie Down Productions, he released their second album, By All Means Necessary.
And for those of you who don't know who he's talking about KRS-One, the teacher, the professor.
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying?
And, not to go off topic, but did you see that KRS-One, a couple other people, and Samuel L. Jackson made a song?
Nah.
Yeah.
That'd be actually kind of dope.
I'm gonna play it for you later. It's got fuck. I know it got KRS-One. It's got Talib Kweli, Brother J, and 2 other people I can't remember off the top of my head. But I'm gonna show you that shit later.
That'd be pretty dope.
And it's about this. It's about what's going on. It's a song about that.
I was just about to say that. You know, those are the voices that we kind of want. You know, speaking for us right now.
Yeah.
You know, because they know how to put it in a very intellectual and eloquent way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And they've all fought the battle as well.
Yeah, very
time.
much so. You know what I mean? And shout out to Killer Mike and T.I. for the ones that are out there doing it.
Yeah.
You know
Big shout out to
David
those guys
Banner,
too, man.
You know, yeah, all of them.
David Banner's the man.
Mm-hmm. What we got next?
Daryl, DMC McDaniels of Run DMC. He was born May 31st, I said 4th.
Yeah, it sounded like you wanted to say 4.
That's my Jersey shit.
Yeah.
May 31st, 1964.
Big shout out to the legend, man, the big homie.
Devastating
Yes,
mic
definitely
control.
legends in hip hop. We brought all that up last week.
Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't check out last week's episode, I will be posting these stuff up, or you can go to YouTube, MELLO straight line. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Room on YouTube, and you can watch all the old episodes.
Yes, sir.
Oh shit! One of the most iconic songs to every motherfucking pothead around the fucking world. Lunis released the single "I Got 5" on it.
Loonies.
Loonies.
May 31st, 1995.
Which is what we know today as a hip hop classic. You know, let's get them their
definitely a
respect.
classic, man. Especially for those who smoke. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
There's no way around it. If you smoked marijuana in your life, you have either quoted or sang this goddamn song.
Yeah.
you know, like, yo,
One way
I
or
got
another,
like
you had
Shinoda.
5 on it.
yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? And big shout out to them, man, because it is a culture. You know, it is a classic for our
It's a
time.
super cultural classic, bro.
Yes, sir.
It evolved out of hip hop, damn near.
Yes, it did.
All right, next up. Ooh, one of the dopest MCs they had around. Lost him early in his life. Big L. He was born May 30th, 1974.
And it's actually dope too. I was actually checking out. They got a documentary on Big L.
They got a
that
documentary
came
on Big
out
L?
on I forgot on what platform it's on. It could be on Amazon Prime.
Let me check it out. Is it just called like Big L documentary? or something?
Nah. You gotta look it up. It's called what is it called, man? I really just seen the ad for it, and I had tapped on it.
Oh, yeah,
I had tapped on it, and it's actually cool. From what I was looking at, it got like Dave East is in it talking a bit about him. You know, a few other people, a lot of older rap cats are in it talking about him too.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
people that really came
Probably
across
who
him
were
in the game and
influenced
shit.
by him, because I know I was influenced by Big L, man. That was other than Biggie, that was like.
Well, yeah, I mean, they got
another-
Dave East in it speaking on the influential
Other than
side of
Biggie,
it,
that
you know
that
what
was
I'm
like
saying?
one of my other favorite lyrical artists. and
ASAP
shit.
Ferg is in it as well. He speaks on it as well. And, you know,
Yeah.
his pops was heavy in the hip-hop game back
Yeah,
then. So, you
right.
know, his pops,
They probably know lots
yeah,
about Big L.
they all speak on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But definitely, I'm going to see if I could get the name of that
Yeah,
documentary.
we'll watch it and we'll bring it up next show.
Definitely.
Yo, Big L was another one of those produced by DJ Premier artists.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about that last week, I think.
Yo, shout out to Hanzo Blaze. I seen him on the comment box with the much love. You already know, family. It's always love on this side, man. Love
Yes,
is
sir,
love.
man. Stay safe out there.
Yes, sir. Y'all be careful out there on them parts, man. You already know.
Next up, of course, the greatest people in the world come from New Jersey. Naughty by Nature. Released their 4th album. It's either been 1st or 4th. It's gonna make me tongue tied all
Fucked up
day,
today.
nigga. Naughty by Nature released their 4th album, Poverty Paradise, May 30th, 1995.
You can't front. A lot of good hip hop comes from that area.
What, Jersey, Newark, and shit like that?
That area. Yeah.
We got a lot of the like the early. It's not gangster rap. It's gangster niggas, but they were more like hip hop parade. Like we dance.
Hardcore.
You know,
Yeah, I mean, they just
Hardcore.
it was hardcore with substance.
No, not
Yeah.
you're right about hardcore, but in substance. But I mean, it was more celebratory
Celebratory,
more
yeah.
music. Like they make you dance. Like in Redman, his music is funny and
Yeah, it was
it's got-
uplifting.
but he
It
used
didn't
to
have
still
to have
dance to
that.
his shit.
It didn't have that down, demented
You didn't feel like you had to
sound.
ride with your car with the windows halfway. And
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It was a good feel.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to All by Nature, man. Definitely
Big shout
been
out to them fellas,
influence
man.
with me too. I'm not from Newark, but I've been around all them areas. I've probably seen them niggas driving by, all types of shit. So
Yeah, big
All by
shout out
Nature
to
was
Naughty
big in
by
my
Nature.
life, especially with my pops being in Newark, always talking, bring about Tretch. And shit.
Yeah.
But next up, the MOBB, Mobb Deep released their the single "Survival of the Fittest." Only the strong survive. May 29th to May 29th, 1995. Very fitting for these times.
Big
I
shout
might
out
even
to those guys.
might even fucking play that shit on the way home.
Rest in peace
Prodigy,
to
one of my
Prodigy.
favorite rappers. Word up.
Huh?
Prodigy, one of my favorite rappers of all time.
Yeah.
Big shout out.
He's not one of my favorite, but he's up there with them. I
Rest in
think
peace to
he's very
Prodigy.
skillful. He was.
Yeah, right. Prodigy
He's
was
what made that
definitely-
group.
He was the, I mean,
Havoc did
I
his
was a
part.
big fan of both, really. I was a
Havoc
big
did
fan
his
of
part,
the
but
group.
when people talked about Mobb Deep, they usually brought up Prodigy.
Yeah, I was a big fan of both. And then even when P did his solo thing, I was, I can't lie, I'm just a big fan all the way across the board for them.
Yeah. Oh, here you go. We don't bring this man up enough
Who's that?
in hip hop history, and we actually starting to run into him now. That's LL Cool J.
I was about to say.
Shout
Released
out.
his second album, Bigger and Deafer, May 29th, 1987.
That was still the time of the leather jeans.
Yeah, the nigga he has it on in the picture. He
You
got
know
on
what I'm
leather
saying?
jeans and the jacket.
He looked
Big
like the
gold
Raw
chain,
cover.
big
He looked
gold
like
chain.
the Delirious cover.
yeah. Nah, it's not tight. It's not
But
tight.
still, that was the era of the leathers.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like that was an iconic figure to wear. If you had leathers on, you was somebody important.
Yeah, they knew you had money.
Shout out to
Yeah, leather
that's a
pants on. They're
legend.
like, damn, he got money.
That's definitely a legend within the hip hop.
Now they got leather
community.
pants on today. You don't know what's going on.
That's
Oh shit, yo! I always be thinking about this because remember they did movies and shit.
Who that?
Fat Boys.
Disorderlies.
The Fat Boys released their album, their debut album, Fat Boys, May 29th, 1984. And that's probably why I don't remember their music, but I remember them from the acting and rapping.
Yeah, you
and
remember them from Disorderlies.
Because this shit come from 1984. That's
Classic movie. But it was, the music, you got to kind of dig into it and, dig in the crib
yeah, of
with
course. Once you see that they rap, that's when I was, I asked my parents, like, oh, and then my dad played that shit for me. But I always, like, when you're sitting alone, you just have random thoughts and shit. And I was just, some days I'd be like, yo, remember the Fat Boys? Like, where did they go? What happened to them, man? I remember they did movies and everything and shit.
They did their thing. They was on their grind.
And it just sucks because, when people bring up history, they never talk about people like Fat Boys.
See, but the Fat Boys did kind of the smartest shit you could really look at. Because in reality, they created something that'll forever create residual income.
Nobody ever did what they did.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And as you see, like, their movie still gets played, so it's still syndicated to some degree.
Yeah, are they on
You know what
Netflix
I mean?
or something like that?
I'm sure you could look their shit up on Netflix. I'm almost 100% positive you could.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right.
All righty then. All right, next up. NWA. They released their second and final album,
Monumental group.
Niggas for Life, because I'm going to say it backwards because I can't say it the other way around. E-File 4 Zaggin.
Yeah, that part.
E-File 4 Zaggin.
I actually remember that album cover
Yeah.
because that was one of those. I definitely was too young to even, to even be owning that or going to the store to purchase that. My big brother had it, and I remember it being confiscated by the parents.
They
Like,
saw
what
that
you doing
shit.
with this?
They read that shit backwards and was
Yeah.
like, what the? Give me that goddamn.
Like, what you doing with this? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
son,
And mind you, my parents are from Africa.
Yeah.
So the term nigger to them
It's
is
way
a
different.
whole different meaning.
Different, yeah. That's they ready.
There
to
is
cut
no
something.
ER or A. That just
You know
means
what
what
I
it
mean?
They ready,
means.
yeah, they ready to cut some.
To them, they're actually, you know what I mean? My dad won't call himself a nigger.
No.
But he knows to the rest of the world that he's looked at as a nigger.
Yeah, of
So
course.
he's not blind to the fact, you know what I mean? But
Yeah, but people
To
like
him,
that.
thing.
But like,
to him though, it'll never be considered a term of endearment.
yeah, there's no
Right,
A or
exactly.
ER. There's nothing. It's just what it is. It's
Yeah.
fucking. You say that shit, and I'm punching you in your mouth.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's definitely one of those set it off words.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Another big boy, Chubb Rock.
Ah,
Chubb Rock was
Yeah,
born
shout out to my
May
dad, by the way.
28th, 1968.
happy birthday. You know, Chubb Rock definitely did his thing throughout the hip hop community, early '90s
Yeah, he
and
was
all that.
definitely a big influence too.
Yeah, early '90s. He was
It's
killing
funny.
it.
I don't remember what he looks like until I look at this picture. I'm like, holy
Yo,
shit!
fun fact: Chubb
That
Rock
nigga's
was,
a baby face motherfucker.
Chubb Rock was getting ready to become a doctor or something. Like he went to school and everything,
Yeah, that's true.
and he just walked away from all of that
To just
and
music.
dropped a multi-platinum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Single.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he could have been great doing anything else probably because he was a
And that's
scholar.
always
You know what I mean?
very commendable, bro. Because
Yeah.
you know, there's like this stigma behind rappers that they can only
Exactly.
do
They're
that.
uneducated
Nah,
and
He
pigeonholed.
definitely
Yeah.
was one of those that he was on a mission before he.
And he
even
got
decided.
bars. And he got bars.
Yeah. Chubb Rock did
If
his
you
one
go
too.
back, yeah.
You better than Cormega?
I would say that he was one of the people that probably influenced Cormega. So in that light, yes.
I was fucking with you, but okay.
Chubb Rock.
That's
man.
a good
Shout out
question.
to
That's a
Chubb
good
Rock.
question though.
Another great. We talking about bars. Andre 3000. He was born May 27, 1975.
Big shout out to Three Stacks. He
Yeah, man.
definitely, you know, and when it comes to the lyrical aspect of things, he's definitely one who gets the nod and the mention. And he actually gets the nod and the mention
The
from
salute.
the elite
Right.
Salute.
in the
salute.
hip hop game. You know?
You can't deny if
That's
you
your
live,
favorite
if you
rapper's
listen to his
favorite
music,
rapper.
You can't deny
Exactly. I
it.
was just about to say
Yeah.
that. You know, for a lot of your rappers in the game, it's your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Right.
So
And then
shout out to Andre 3K.
and one of my favorite rappers is Jadakiss, who was born May 27th, 1975.
Big shout out to Jada, man.
These niggas was born on the same motherfucking day.
You
Both
listen to
great
the,
lyrics.
You listen to
lyricists.
the Ignatius album?
Yes,
How y'all felt about that?
I didn't hear that.
I like it.
Oh, you ain't check out the Ignatius album?
I
It was
like
dope.
it. It's definitely a
gotta check it
Jadakiss
out.
album.
It was needed.
It's definitely a Jadakiss album. It's not like something that you're like Jadakiss is on. You're like, what the hell?
No,
like
no.
he's always gonna rap good, but you know, like Styles P's done it one time. Like he'll have all these crazy, like really ghosts. The album's ghosts and shit, and then he'll
Yeah.
do like an album that'll have weird different twisted beats on it. And you're like you killed it lyrically, but the beats is not
Took
good.
you in a different round.
Yeah, but Ignatius was actually dope, and I liked it, the fact that it's dedicated to a person named Ignatius, and he killed it. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Nah, he did his thing, man. Shout out to Jada on that one, man. It was much needed. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was a breath of fresh air just for the people who really listening to it and want to hear the lyrics and a good sound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Jada's one of those artists that got that signature sound, like the cough, even the
Yeah,
voice,
yeah.
the voice and he got that signature. Like,
Yeah, he got a signature. You know what I mean?
Like-
but what I actually liked about this album is it's a couple tracks where he's singing the hook.
Yeah.
He presented more of a melodic sound to the
Yeah,
hook,
okay.
as opposed to just the
Regular
raspy
bars.
set tone.
Yo, Kiss
rap.
is multi-talented, yo. He is.
I mean, he is, but he never really did that too much. And that's something that he explained in an interview that I was watching. He took it as like a personal challenge because his homie, you know what I'm saying, used to always tell him, why don't you do that? Like, you got to do more of that. You
I
gotta
can't
do
think
more
of a
that.
lot of songs that I know that he's singing the hook
Yeah.
on.
His homeboy,
Other
used to tell
than-
him, like, why don't you do that? Why don't you do that? And, it kind of was it was a challenge to him to really put it out there and do more of that on this album. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just as an homage to his friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was dope though. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it was a good album. Definitely a good album.
Yeah, man.
As we move on, not every man's, but a lot of man's crushes through the 90s. Lauryn Hill. She was born May 26, 1975.
El Boogie.
Crushes. I mean, about to say that's my wife back then.
El Boogie.
And she wasn't
we
nobody's
was a
wife.
thing. We was a thing.
That was
We was a
Lauryn.
thing back then.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Lauren. Don't worry. I won't tell him.
One of the only women, I'll tell you, right, women's songs that I know for facts men have sung.
What?
Lauryn
I sing all of
Hill's.
Lauryn Hill's songs.
Lauryn Hill's, what do you call it? Killing Me Softly.
Killing Me Softly.
Niggas sing that shit word for word, hook and all.
Roberta Flax. killing me. So
What?
One time,
You wanna
the
take it
original
back?
singer.
Oh, the original
Roberta
singer. Oh,
Flack.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course. But I just saying, I know for a fact that there's men that sing fucking that song
all day.
and it's Lauryn Hill's talking about a dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like,
yeah, there's no shame in that one.
yeah,
There's
you
no
know what I'm saying?
shame in being
I'm not
a man
even knocking for you
and
if you're
being
singing
in
with
your
me,
car
bro,
at
'cause
the
I'm
light
singing that
with-
shit too.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
You might even see me trying to hit notes like her and everything.
You could be in your car at the light with the windows down, cranking
Nigga,
it.
I say that because I caught myself the other motherfucking
You had
day
it crank.
singing
You had it
that
crank, and
song
you hit
at the
the-
red light,
and you
and I
hit the-
looked over with
and
the
you hit the
window
wall,
down. I
you
was
hit
like,
the
damn, I forget. Niggas can't hear my music outside. All they hear is my voice. So I'm here like,
La la.
Oh man, yeah, you definitely had a movie moment.
He hit that last.
Definitely had a movie moment.
yeah.
What we got
Last 8
next?
bars.
Oh shit, nigga, everything's falling into pieces. Speaking of movies, the soundtrack for the film Menace to Society was released May 26, 1993.
MC
A lot of good
MC
music
Hammer
on
was on that joint.
A lot of good music on that joint, man. And
Good
that
music
was a lot
and
of.
also a fucking really
Straight up
good
menace.
movie for the time.
You want to know something though? A good thing, like those movies, those classic movies of that, you know, Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, and even the other ones that
They were
came
like
with it.
docu-films, bro.
You know, they were like docu-films, but they really, really gave us insight to your West Coast artists. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the
Because
album.
Coast life in
the,
general.
the
You talking about the
soundtracks. I'm
soundtracks.
talking about the soundtracks.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
that bring a lot of your West Coast artists to our attention. You know, back at
Facts.
that time
because
so,
of the movie.
yeah, big shout out to
Which
them, man.
that's why I appreciate Boys in the Hood and Men's Society for cultural movies, because other than living on the East Coast and knowing what it's like in the city or in Jersey or even up and down the coast here, you never understood what it was like in their hoods in California till you seen those fucking movies.
Yeah,
And then
definitely.
you realize, holy shit, I'm okay. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, them niggas is crazy and shit. But I appreciate those for cultural movies because no one was going out there and filming or even letting anybody know that this was going on. It took like a whole production of a movie to be made for people around the
shine
world
that
to kind
light.
of really take a look into that,
Yeah, indeed, that's true.
you know? This motherfucker always pops up here.
Who that?
Eminem.
He's a regular on our Today in Hip Hop
yeah.
History.
Eminem released the 4th album, The Eminem Show, May 26, 2002. It's a conspiracy.
That was
Is
a
that
dope
the one with the
album,
Go
too.
Crazy?
Huh?
Is that the one with the Go Crazy?
I couldn't tell you, bro.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. That is with that.
Oh, yeah.
That is with that.
Yeah, Eminem's comical. Man.
You
I
see?
like-
I like
you
that
see
album,
why,
though.
though, when I first seen Eminem come out, I was just like,
I liked it. That
this is a
album.
rapper?
Y'all didn't like that
Yeah.
album?
I did.
No, I'm
was
saying I
alright, it was
always
alright.
liked his movies. It was just, you know, by that time, though, I'm used to it, so I could deal with it. But it was the initial first. I always thought there was like a Limp Bizkit or some shit. I was like, you know?
Yeah.
He is one of the artists that I can't have on repeat for too long. Though.
Yeah,
At some point,
yeah.
I'm gonna get Eminem out.
Even
Yeah, no, I can't either. I can't
Yo,
either.
even when he's killing it, like, and when you get a song where he got mad bars and he's killing it rap wise, he's not making fun of nothing. I can't listen to that shit on repeat either. I don't know why.
It doesn't have the replay factor.
Right, it doesn't.
It's good every once in a
but I
while once you
appreciate
forget
he's
about how
had
good it
joints
is.
though that had good replay factor though.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Like I think Till I Collapse was one of those.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think even for me though, even with his earlier records, like one of his favorite joints of mine is Just Don't Give a Fuck.
This
And I could listen to
There's
that.
a joint on Kamikaze.
I could repeat that a couple times.
That first commercial.
There's a
LP
joint on
was a banger.
Kamikaze I like.
Oh yeah.
I don't know the name of the song, but I
Yeah,
know.
nah,
it.
he got those. You know what I mean? He got those.
Boy, good.
Shout out to Slim.
One of my favorite rappers, I would have to say. It's funny that I never bring him up in like top fives, but I would put him close there. 6 man, 7, 8, 9 for me in the personal thing, not in the overall competition. Slick Rick.
The Ruler.
Slick Rick released his 4th album, The Art of Storytelling, May 25th, 1999, which is one of my favorite albums of Slick Rick. Like, I like Slick Rick for all the other stuff, but you know, I'm old enough now to buy albums, and this is one of the albums I bought because I like Slick Rick's storytelling.
What were the main singles off of
Just-
that album?
Man, I want to say he redid the kid story.
Children's story.
I want to say he redid the kid story about
I'm trying to remember the main singles off.
I remember a song on there where he started like, "Okay, kids, let me tell you a story," and it's kind of like the cop, you know, the cop killed the kid, whatever shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. I don't think it's word for word the same thing though. I can't remember.
I'm
You
trying to
know, my
remember,
memory is terrible with that shit.
I say that because I'm trying to remember if the joint. I think the joint with him and Outkast was an Outkast track for their album.
And I think this also is right.
Art of Storytelling went on their album, but they had 2 of those songs.
And I think this is also right at the point where he got deported or after. I'm not remembering. I don't remember.
Yeah, because he did go to jail.
Well, they had that track. It's like that now. Let it go. Get out your bag.
That's the Art of
now.
Storytelling. But there was another. They did a remix to that.
And
one,
that
too.
was on
dope
whose
too.
album though?
I think
That went on Outkast album. It probably went on Slick Rick album too.
It
'Cause
might.
It was
I
a
couldn't
joint
tell you.
project.
You know what?
It was a
I think
single.
It is on there.
That was my joint. I ain't even gonna
I
front.
think it is on there. But Slick Rick was definitely the coolest storytelling rapper to me. I
'cause-
appreciate all that shit. I love that storytelling shit.
Because that was the 1999 album, Art of Storytelling, was the album name. So
Yeah.
that track was on the
On
album.
there.
That's
Yeah.
what's up, man. Because that was my joint. That was a dope joint.
And I just like his swag. Like, you know how Humpty Dumpty tried to have that same tone in his voice? But Slick Rick just
Shock
pulled
G.
it. Yeah, Slick Rick just made it sound way cooler with that. Like, hi, my phone. You know, like, hi, Miss Lady.
English-
You know, it's
that-
the man show.
He got the English accent.
Huh?
That English accent.
I know, but he
Yeah.
still rapped in English without the accent. It was just how he enunciated the words when he rapped.
Yeah.
He played it into that rap. You know, he could have said it right.
Yeah. No, he definitely used his accent to kind of, you know, jazz
To-
up his rap.
Of course.
You know.
Back in the day, you had to be different.
Yeah, you had to.
You couldn't sound the
That's
same.
swag.
Like
Well, we
somebody
know
else.
that there's swag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, Lottie Dottie
And
was
as
all,
we're getting
was,
down
was
to the
all
final
banger.
countdown, final countdown.
What we got?
Big Daddy Kane releases 5th album, Looks Like a Job for, on May 25th, 1993.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Kane, man. He was on the episode of Wild 'N Out recently, too. Y'all seen
saw
him on
that.
that?
Yeah, I seen a clip, but I didn't watch the whole episode. I don't have cable no more. So, you
It
know.
was dope. You know, he was out there having a good time with the people. You know, man.
Yeah,
And it's dope, man. That's why I say shout out to Nick Cannon, man, because that's dope that he, you know, he has that this season with the new school and the old school and kind of mashing it up,
Yo, I ain't gonna front.
paying homage.
I ain't
man.
gonna front. You know, I actually like Wild 'N Out, son. I think it is a very fucking inventive show. I think they're
Oh,
doing
man,
the
that
greatest.
is-
Have
that's-
you seen the new segment? I want to be on the show just for the new segment.
Which one? What is it called?
What we doing in the classroom?
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, I
Yo,
seen that.
son, I seen that. I was just so, nigga, I'm in there rapping like I'm too old for this classroom.
Uh-huh.
I was like, yo, I want to be on that shit so bad, dog.
Nah, that's why I say, man, shout out to Nick Cannon. You know, with that show, I mean, he took some and kind of revolutionized it. He merged 2 worlds, you know, with the comedy. And they're both in comedy, but you have
it's called
stand up
improv.
and you have, and you
It's
know.
called improv, and then he added rap.
He added
musical
sketch
to it.
comedy
Sketch
to, you know,
comedy.
really all of it, all in one. Sketch, improv, you know, it's all in one, really, what he got going on with it. And it's super dope. It's on its 15th season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
even-
So
that's very
that
impressive.
just shows the longevity of it. And it shows that, you know, me and him were watching the same shows when we were younger, like Def Comedy Jam, like Snaps.
Yep.
Y'all remember the show Snaps?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I came
And-
across a thing the other day. I didn't watch it, but I actually found a clip from the Snap show, like on YouTube.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
was like, "Oh shit, Snaps!" But I didn't watch it. I should have watched it.
Yeah, you know, that's why I say shout out to him because he's keeping that, you know, just that inner what we seen as kids. You know what I'm saying? He's keeping that
right. It's the
alive for us.
variety show. It's quote unquote the minorities variety show.
And he still got some other shit janking and jumping too, because he got the #1 show on the network right now.
Yeah, we still talking
with
about
that, the
Masked
Masked Singer.
Yeah,
He's so you know he killing them out there. Shout out to Nick Cannon, and he out there on the front lines for what's going on in Minnesota right now.
Yeah,
man.
so is J. Cole.
Yep.
Shout out to J. Cole. I seen
Shout
him
out to
there
all
too.
of them, man. Shout out to Jamie Foxx, Steven Jackson. You know everybody that's out there, man.
Yeah, it's
Everybody.
really good to. Now, let's. For God forbid you guys are using this because you're a celebrity, but it's really good to see celebrity out there.
Yeah. Now, I mean, a lot of them are really just. I think they more in support. You know, Stack with this. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but it's easy to say that.
yeah, it
It's
is.
easy to be
You're right.
black
You're
and a
right.
celebrity and
You
say
right.
that and it count.
You're right. But nah, I think they there. I think their hearts is in the right place. on this.
I believe so too.
You
I
know.
just saying, God forbid. All right, last one up, man. And I don't know if you're familiar with this dude. His name is Taro Smith, better known as Camu Tao. And he passed away May 25th, 2008.
Rest in peace, man.
So, you know, where is he from?
Not sure.
Okay, that's history. We
not really sure of the artist, you know what I mean? But
Taro Smith, better known as CAMU, Camu Tao as TAO, like Tao's General Tao's chicken.
Yeah, but you know, shout out to him because he definitely put his just doing if he's being.
And I said this last week, but I'm gonna just shout it out again. Heavy D.
Definitely. Shout
Heavy D was born
D.
May 24th, 1967.
Diddly. Shout out to Heavy, man, for real.
Oh yeah. So yeah, man, that's today in hip hop history, man. Today in the Mellow-Room, bro. Thanks to everybody really for tuning in.
Big shout out to everybody who tuned in.
Unfortunately, because the system is trying to fuck us up, man. They gave us a curfew at 10 o'clock this evening. They shutting down all our stores here in Orlando and Kissimmee and shit. So, man, we need to get home to our families and make sure they good.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
So we want you guys, if you're at home, to take care of your family at night. If you're not home, get there. If you protesting. If you protesting, let me get some because I need a taste too. But if you protesting, keep doing your fucking thing, man. Be safe out there.
Peaceful.
Do not let them deter you. Don't fucking break everything. Just a few things, not everything. Because, you know, people do got to get up and go to work in the morning.
Shit that you know the government is replacing.
Right, man. You know, burn down mailboxes. Like the public.
So, nigga, I still ain't get my stimulus. Look, hand in the back like shit. So you're right.
Burn down post offices.
That ain't no misdemeanor right there.
Yeah, nah. But before we get out of here, though, let's play another joint.
Yeah. I wasn't getting totally out of here.
Let's
I was
play
just
another joint, man.
Who
Who we got lined up in the queue, man? Let's think. Let's think.
We got a couple of options over here. We got Rob Dent in the archives. We got some J Notes for Razarati. We got Anno Bands. We got Butch. We got the Lou OD. We got Two Turn Jizzle and Mike Peasy.
Let's raise the bar, people.
Raise the bar,
Raise
guys.
the bar. That's a good
Let's
one to
raise
go
the
out
bar,
with.
people. Shout out to Two Turn Jizzle and MPZ. You already know, man. Y'all family here with us. You know what I'm saying? So on that note, like I said, let's raise the bar, man. That's what I want people to do out there.
I like that.
Raise the bar, man. Two Turn Jizzle, Mike Peasy. Do your fucking thing, man.
All right. Here we go.
And here we go.
F-O-D-B, homie. Mike Peasy, Two Turn Jizzle.
Raised up now, flick. Raised up now, flick.
Time to raise up,
flick.
homie.
Raised up now, flick.
All I do is raise the bar.
Raise the bar. Turn up.
All I do is raise the bar. A hater, I just turn up with the hating. Wait your turn up, better go and get your earn up. Don't get hit up with this burner. $1 get money. $1 get money. $1 get money. $1 get money. Hey, no making no money. Hey, no making no money. Hey, no making no money. All I do is raise the bar. Raised up on them haters and don't give a fuck who don't like it. Yeah, streets rockin' with the kid and I'm keeping them hoes in sight. This South Memphis shit up in me. I come from a Grammy city. You at your hand out your whole life. Be at the grand to get it. Living legend, gon' Google me and tell them haters pay some hundreds. He ain't nothing but a city boy, but well known across the country. Fuck a hater, I just raise on them. Know you wanna see me down bad. Slick hatin' ain't no benefit. That's why you broke with your clown ass. Ain't no made no money. All the blogging don't get you a check. Got mad at me, crash down. That's an emotional wreck. Still remain on that flat shit. Yeah, it's up there like a jet. And I ain't even try to raise on them. That's just how a nigga flex. All I do is raise the bar.
Raise the bar. Turn up. Turn up.
All I do is raise the bar. Hater, I just turn up with the hate. With your turn up, better go and get your earn up. Don't get hit up with this burner. $1 get money. $1 get money. $1 get money. $1 get money. Hey, no making no money. Hey, no making no money. Hey, no making no money. All I do is raise the bar.
These niggas not on my level. I'm raising the bar, that's applying the pressure. I'm moving this silent, these niggas be hate, so I know they ain't silent. Yeah. I keep my foot on their neck. I'm making it hard for these niggas to breathe. These niggas ain't weighing up. They ain't fucking with me. Hey, they gon' get you no money. These niggas all in they feelings. I'm going get me a bag. I'm tryna get me some millions. Came back in the game, fresh off the block, it's two-turn jizzle. I done broke the knob, ain't no turning me down, you know I'm official. I'm an underdog, but don't count me out, cause I'm one of the best. Put some respect on my name, whoa, yeah, I know I'm a threat. I just turn up on them haters, talking outside of they neck. These niggas really some bitches, hating on the niggas' success.
All I do is raise the bar.
Turn it.
All I do is raise the bar.
Hater, I just turn up. They hating, wait your turn up. Better go and get your earn up. Don't get eat up, we just burn up.
She ain't the only one get money. 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 Hey, no making no money. Hey, no making no money. Hey, no making no money. All I do is raise the bar.
Hey.
We back, Jack.
We
Live
should be
in
back.
effect.
You already know. Big shout out to our extended family over there at Two Turn Jizzle and MPZ. Y'all already know. Continue to keep raising the bar, fellas. We
Yes,
love y'all
sir.
for that.
We always appreciate everybody's music that they send in. If we don't play yours, it's because we don't care. No, I'm just playing. If we don't play, it's because we just don't get into it in the day. We do have an artist appreciation day, which will be every third Sunday of the month. I know we've been slacking, but we just got here to Sunday, so give us a fucking break.
Yeah.
So, Tay Susan every third Sunday, we'll be playing more of the artists and more artist songs.
Indeed, indeed. But on that note, man, y'all already know what time it is, man. Like we said, they got a curfew late out here, so we got to get out of here, get to our families, and grab up whatever little extra necessities we may need before we got to lock in for the night, you know what I mean? So, on that note, man, we just like to give our shout-outs, man. Big shout-out to Ayers Printing. You already know that's the family.
Always.
Shout out to everybody that rocks with me, how I rocks with y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Love is always love, and the only way we're going to continue to grow is to continue to keep giving love. You know what I'm saying? For all my people back home, y'all already know my heart is always with y'all. You know what I mean? I understand there's a lot going on out there. It's a lot more drastic when it comes to the mask and gloves out there. I see it. I see how it's enforced, and I see how they got y'all playing out there. So, my heart and my mind is always with y'all. I'm always thinking about y'all. You know what I mean? Love is love.
I actually seen a protester say, we just came from New York because they beating niggas up for not having masks.
Yeah. They going extra. You know what I mean? So, like I said, my heart is always with y'all, man, and I always continue to keep y'all with me in mind and in prayer.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? But like I said, man, that's it for me, man. I'm up out of here. Love is love. You already know. I know Mike about to shout out the rest of the people and the families. You know what I mean? So y'all already know. Love.
Yes, sir. Of course, like you said, Ayers Printing. I ain't gotta say that. I Crave Desserts. iCraveDessert.net. You go order your specialized cookies for anybody who's having a baby at this moment. It's a special time. Maybe want to celebrate with some cookies. If you're graduating, you're just graduating and not able to have a big party, but we can get you some cookies sent to you that'll be specifically tailored towards your son, daughter, graduation.
Get the cap and gown cookie, the whole nine.
Yeah. She can make it any way you want. They have custom made. She has custom made
stencils,
cookie cutter stencils and stuff. So reach out to them. iCraveDessert.net. Also go to studio1025.com. We the second one on the list.
Indeed.
You can just type in Studio 1025 and press enter.
Look us up, man. You can Google us now, bitches.
You say Google me, bitch.
Yeah, you already know. We in there. We in all directories.
Go to the website, man, and go to the MELLO-ROOM and go cop you some merch. This summer, you will see popping up some newer gear along with the T-shirts and hats. We will have some more, maybe even more, some more designs added there. We also have the masks. You guys got to keep safe. Go ahead and order your mask. They're custom made. They fit beautifully, and they look gorgeous. They feel great.
Yeah, there's just a little bit something extra to match your fly. You already know.
Facts. Also, like I always do, shout out to all the artists who send music, everybody who listens, everybody who tunes in, everybody who reacts with us. Shout out to Cypher for holding it down back there for us.
Big shout out to Cypher, man. You already know.
With us, and everybody who listens to our bullshit. We all salute you, man. The protesters, do your fucking thing and keep your head down and low.
Be safe out there,
'cause they
guys. For
spraying
real.
mace.
Be safe.
We love y'all, man. MELLO-ROOM, Sunday Fun Day. We out of here.
Peace.
Just end stream, Ed. End it.
Holla.
You want to take a piss?